I welcome you guys all today. I understand every single day. I make sure that you have what you need in my knowledge every single day. I make sure I provide a service. I make sure every single day that you are accounted for in terms of your eye. I understand that when you have an eye today, I understand that's why I'm here today. I understand because I have my eye, I can still say I love you. I understand when I say I love you, I understand that's why I'm here. I understand that what's important is I have to be more organized over here, and I have to make sure that I get my nice beautiful business cards, and I get about 10 of them because they usually sometimes fly around, because I understand 10 of them can do. I understand that what's very important is understand that you be more appropriate with yourself every single day, because what's important today? I understand that anything that's important today is making sure that you have a nice beautiful performance with yourself every single day to make sure that you go and perform something. I understand just yesterday and just recently I went into my nice beautiful door in terms of my plugin just today. I understand just recently I just made a nice beautiful track. I understand either way that this track is a rap kind of melody, and I understand that either way that what's important is I'm so much more inspirational now because I have an extra musical track that you can hear. I understand that when I make more and more of anything in life, I understand the whole idea every single day is to go and be much more than you are. I understand that when you do that every single day, you're going to find ways that you can be more. I understand that when you be more, you take it slowly with your life, but understand to learn fast. I understand when you learn fast, you'll be somebody who's growing. I understand when you grow, you shall also understand how you're going to reap more benefits. You're going to be able to enjoy your life much more. You're going to be able to see a new story. You're going to be able to be inspired by yourself, because I understand that anybody who's going to inspire you today is yourself the most. So understand that if I say something and you do it, you just inspired yourself to do it. I understand that I just led you to it in terms of the nice beautiful idea which you captured in terms of your heart, and then understand either way that once I give you an idea, you must be able to apply that every single day. I understand that my camera here is nice and beautiful. I understand that my camera here is nice and beautiful today. I understand that what's important is understand that today is Boxing Day in Australia, but I understand that many people are not on the streets today. I understand because it's a public holiday. I understand either way that it's not my public holiday. I have no holidays. I understand that in the year you may have 7 holidays or something that where people may not work the 9-to-5 job or something like that, but I'm always working. I'm always making sure that I go and do something that I've never done before. So what did I do today? I understand I just went and created some lyrics for myself in terms of my music. I created my nice beautiful rap music, so I'll be rapping in terms of one of my tracks, in terms of one of my sets, because I understand that this nice beautiful melody right here is something that you need in life, and I understand that you guys can go and find it right now in my IGTV. I understand that no matter what, you must understand that when I go and really develop thyself, I understand that I must go and perform any kind of way that I can go and grow. I understand when I go and grow, I make sure to learn as fast as I can. I make sure to go and really byproduct myself in a successful way, because I understand that when you're anything that's much more than yesterday, you have to really be extraordinary, and you have to exert control in yourself, to control yourself with self-discipline and self-control every single day, to understand what's good for you every single day. You must understand that you must be greater than good. You must understand that no matter what, that every single day, what is important is making sure that you're growing every single day, and making sure that you're expanding your life, and making sure that you're looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you 50 million times or more. I understand whenever I do that every single day, I go and grow thyself. I go and make sure that I'm always looking for a new experience. So what are some new experiences and new ideas today that I've really managed to, let's say, get control of and also apply into my life? Well, I understand that no matter what, that in my nice beautiful rap melody today, I understand I have to go and read it. I have to go and read it over and over again so that I can understand it. But the amazing thing about writing lyrics is you have to understand that when you're writing lyrics, you write in terms of rhythmic abilities, so you're always rhyming words together, because it's much easier to remember a rhyme or a symphony that's a melody than something that's a story. I understand either way that a symphony is a story, but I understand that when I say Tan is the man, I understand that's much more in terms of remembering that, because it connects together. But if you go and really understand that this nice beautiful story here, which is I welcome you guys all today. I understand that no matter what, you guys understand. I understand this one here. I understand in terms of that sentence is so much more different than Tan is the man, because Tan is the man is something rhythmic, while this other story that I just gave you is something that's beginning to just give a story, but I realize it's not rhythmic. I realize there's no remedies in it. I understand either way that what the remedy is today is understanding that you must go and really function with yourself every single day to go and perform and to be your best self every single day, but give your best and don't try hard. You have to understand in life you don't try hard, you just try smart. I mean, go and try smart for a bit and understand that when you try something smart, you go and really dwell into your music production and you'll do something that's really correlated with your life, and you understand that every single day that when you do something very important, you go and update the world that is your 24-hour knowledge into 1 hour video, and understand that when you do that, you stay a bit extra and you give your best performance every single day, and that's all we ask of you every single day, which is the best performance of your life. Understand that when you go and really do that every single day, you're going to be a peak performer, you're going to be somebody who's really confident, and you're going to figure out how to speak up much more. Because I understand when I speak up, I use the I. I understand the I is so important because I understand that I understand that today is I am still living because I can still say my I can still speak today. So I understand that I can still help somebody with my words. I understand that when I come here, I understand many people are not walking today around me, but I didn't come here for the people. I came here for I came here for I because I don't care about their attention. I care about my work. I understand that every single day I try to look for a new experience. So what is a new experience for me today? I pump music from here to my nice beautiful accommodation at Chinatown Q Space Hotel, and it's about a 15-minute walk, but my nice beautiful music is just playing dun dun dun. I realize it's just playing that nice beautiful melody dun 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 dun, and there's a nice beautiful beat to it, and it's just I realize it's just like a break beat, and it actually is. I realize it actually is a break beat and a techno song, but it's nice and beautiful because a nice beautiful bass line also gives it a dubstep, and it's an actual rap song. So I have to go and really start dwelling in my first rap music track where I have to go and sing it live. But guess what? I understand that no matter what, that just recently also I made sure to go and practice in a video camera, because that's what I do in my nice beautiful singing sessions. I get up in front of the camera and I start to sing all these different lyrics that I have. I have 2 lyrics right now, but guess what? I have 50 tracks. I have 50 tracks, and now those 2 lyrics, in terms of those 2 tracks, in terms of the lyrics, I can go and sing in all those 50 tracks. I mean, when I can go combine 2 lyrics into 50 tracks, I can go play my first track that I ever played and sing the lyrics to it. And it's a different experience. I understand that 2 lyric tracks or 1 lyric track, when you go and sing something that you made in terms of lyrics and you sing it with 50 different tracks, you understand that's a new experience, so go do it. I understand that today I went and also I am always looking for those new experiences, so I pump new music before I get here. I understand that when I make a new song or something like that, I make sure to write it down and I make sure to go and elaborate about what I do every single day. But what's every day new is also this nice beautiful video, because I'm speaking something new today and I'm also eating something new today, so I'm not eating something that I ate yesterday. I understand that when I do that, I make sure to mix it up. I make sure to go and throw something else in, or some fruits in, or something else, so I'm not always eating the same thing. I understand now that either way, that what's important is that I love my life. I understand when I love my life, I'm going to try as many aspects of life differently. I understand when I do that daily, I make sure that what I do daily is, I understand that it's going to rain today. I understand it's already starting to rain, so I may pause this video and I may continue at Marketplace over there where the post office is, but understand that I love to be here. But if the rain cancels me out today, I understand that I'm still going to be doing my work. I understand that nothing will cancel me out. I understand that either way, I understand that what's important is make sure that you grow up every single day, and understand that you may have a portable speaker and a laptop and a phone, for example. You may have a speaker in your house as well. I mean, go and test out all the technology and play some audio on all those nice, beautiful technologies. That is your music. I mean, if you go and create a track today, that is your soundtrack. I mean, go and play it on the portable speaker and laptop and phone and speakers and car speakers. And play it all at the same time also. So what I do is I get my portable speaker and I play at the same time as my laptop. And I play at the same time as my phone. And I play at the same time as car speakers and everything like that, because I understand that no matter what, I understand that when it's playing together, I understand it's a symphony. I understand that now. I'll play my nice beautiful track at 1 minute here, but my phone's going to be playing the track at 2 minutes, and then my laptop will be playing at 3 minutes, and then guess what, it will rotate around, but it will give me a new jingle and it will give me a new sound. But guess what else I do? I'll go and pump up the car. I'll go and pump up as many nice beautiful technologies as I can to go and play those music, so that I can go and listen to the sound. And how is the actual sound of the phone? I mean, how is the actual sound of the phone and the portable speaker and also the laptop? And you have to understand the car as well. And when it's all playing together, you understand that you're going to nicely and beautifully have an idea here where you're going to be able to go and function a greater way to understand that the phone has a different sound than a speaker, and you're going to understand the experience of that. But understand that when every single time you make a new soundtrack or something like that, you do the same thing here. And you understand that it's a new experience and play it differently, and understand that you hear your track in a different way. Because 5 different speakers are playing your track at a different pace and at different intervals, and you'll actually hear your track in a different light. And it's actually amazing when you listen to your soundtrack in 5 different intervals. And one is playing at one time, and the other one's playing at the other time, and the other one's playing at the other time, and it's playing together, but it's ringing together. I understand either way, that's a new experience. I mean, that's where I go. I go there. I'll go anywhere where it's a new experience. I understand that every single day, I love to go and walk around people because I see new people. I see new people, so that's a new experience when I see new people and new faces. I understand I go and pump new music in front of them, and I walk around Marketplace, I walk around Sydney around. I understand when I go Sydney around, I go walk around Sydney. I understand when I do that, I understand I'm making sure that I'm always better than yesterday. I'm making sure that I go and experience a new track so that new people can see me today, because I'm always in the spotlight. I understand I get my trolley because that's a new experience now, because before I didn't have a trolley before, because I never invested before in myself in terms of my eye to have a trolley. I understand either way that I am much more important than the trolley and everything in life. But what's important is, for example, when you have a nice, beautiful music track or something like that, I mean, go into the bathroom and check it out. I mean, look at the atmosphere. In terms of the atmosphere. I see the atmosphere. I understand either way. I understand I have no difficulty saying that word. Atmosphere. I understand either way. You must understand that no matter what, you look at the atmosphere, and you understand no matter what, you understand that you go and understand to pronounce that word really, atmosphere. I went atmosphere. I went with the actual PH. I understand it's atmos, or else atmosphere, or else atmos, or else at and mosquito. I understand atmos. I understand either way that it's atmosphere. I understand when I say that, I go to the bathroom, I play my nice beautiful music in the bathroom because it has a different vibration. I understand when I play my music here, or else I play my music here with my phone, or else there's an open space field here, so it's going to sound different than in the nice beautiful bathroom. Or if I go to your house, or else your house has a certain room that when I play my music there, I understand it's going to vibe differently. Or when I go into the car and I play it there, or else there's a big room in terms of there's a different room there. And for example, a car has a different room than a truck, for example. So if you play in the bus, or else you get a different sound also. So either way, when you play your audio and you're a music producer, or you just want to hear your nice beautiful audio in different quality around the world, I mean, any kind of audio that you're playing, I mean, it doesn't matter what audio it is. I mean, you can be a music producer or a singer, or you can be any type of individual who does some audio work. I mean, go and play your audio everywhere. I mean, go and see how it is in the tunnel, and go and play your actual audio that you have in the tunnel and see how the sound is. I mean, go and experience that. I mean, experience life like that and try to do it as many times. So if you're a new music producer today, or somebody who's doing audio and you make a new audio, I mean, go and do it all around the world and go and check out the different vibrations, because that's something new, and that's what I do every single day. I turn up 5 different laptops or anything in terms of 5 different speakers or more. I make sure to put it together and I play at the same time in different intervals so that I can listen to the different sounds and different ways of mixing up my music, and understand either way, I'll go do that everywhere as much as possible. I mean, try to expand as much as possible, but understand either way that when you're doing a rap track or something like that, or you're doing some lyrics today, you have to understand that what's important today is understand that when you're creating lyrics, you create a rhythmic balance. You create a nice, beautiful rhythmic feel to your nice, beautiful lyrics. So you may be a singer, you may be an author, you may be whatever you are, you may be a poet, but understand that no matter what, everybody needs to learn how to do a rhythmic lyrics. You have to understand that anything that goes in a nice, beautiful song, such as a chorus and pre-chorus and verse, and there's also a bridge, which is a nice, beautiful way to say breakdown, or a nice, beautiful break or pause to have a nice, beautiful atmosphere in the track. So understand either way, I'm always teaching something like that. I understand I'm teaching all aspects of life today, so understand that no matter what, you always get some ideas in a different way from yesterday. I understand I have to always do that for myself, so I can go and give you these ideas because I'm so inspirational. Understand either way that what's important is understand that when I go and create my music, for example, I make sure I go and move my hand gestures as much as I can when I go and try to remember the lyrics that I wrote. Because I try to move my hands as quickly as possible so that I can say the words as quickly as possible so that I can learn the words as quickly as possible. I understand that when you say Anna Hara Ket Bella, you have to say Anna Hara Ket Bella. I mean, Anna Hara Ket Bella. I mean, you have to say as quickly as possible. You have to say as quickly as possible. But understand that no matter what, I realize that's one of the worst examples. I understand that what's a better example is say I love you. I mean, if you want to learn the words I love you, you say I love you, 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 I love you. I mean, try to say it as quickly as possible. Because as soon as you say it as quickly as possible, you can remember it now. But if you go I, and then what, I mean, where's the love? I mean, you're supposed to already say the love, but you're not supposed to. You just say, I love you. But sometimes when you're singing, you may forget your lyrics altogether. So that's sometimes when you hear I, and then what's the next word? I mean, I forgot the next word. But guess what? I never forget anything. So I go into my nice, beautiful lyrics, and I check out the lyrics, and I say, I love you. I mean, that's what I have to say. I then go, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then I read that nice, beautiful sentence 50 million times. And understand that in your nice, beautiful music, you may have 20 sentences. Otherwise, that what you do as a nice, beautiful singer or rapper, you have to understand that you go and sing the nice, beautiful lyrics in terms of silence. So when you're looking at the nice, beautiful lyrics, you play your nice, beautiful soundtrack over and over again. You play it again and again. And then what you do is you look at the nice, beautiful lyrics, and with your feelings, go and read the music with your feelings in silence, and just read it over and over again to the music that you're listening to. And when you do this, you'll find out what you want to do with that lyrics, and how do you want to sing it, and how do you want to make sure that it goes and rhymes inside of the beats. Because if you're not listening to the silence of life, then you're not learning. You have to understand that noise doesn't teach you. I mean, you have to understand that noise teaches you noise, but silence teaches you in between the noise. I promise you now, silence also teaches you what noise is. I promise you now, noise also teaches you what silence is. You have to understand either way, that nice and beautiful way of saying it, that life will teach you all aspects of life. I understand that what's important every single day, I'm always making sure that I'm a non-smoker, I'm not a drug addict, so I'm making sure every single day that I stay away from anything that's, let's say, drugs and any type of meat today. I understand that what's important every single day is making sure that when you're creating nice, beautiful lyrics or something like that, you go and read that nice, beautiful page as much as possible in silence while the music is playing, because that's when you're inspirational. You want to be able to read your nice, beautiful lyrics or the songwriting that you did with the music that you orchestrated with yourself, because that's what inspires you. Because if you're reading it without the music, I mean, how are you going to make it rhythmic within the track? So I may have 20 sentences, but the track is, let's say, 3 minutes. And then guess what? I may listen to the nice, beautiful track and I put on repeat. And it doesn't matter where exactly your song is when you're reading it. I mean, just listen to the track, and it doesn't have to be I realize it doesn't have to be in exact order when you're reading your nice, beautiful lyrics to your track. You have to understand, you just make sure that you are singing it in a way that it's rhythmic in your track. I understand that when you do that, you understand that you go in silence and do it. You do it in silence, and you'll find that when you're reading, you'll listen to the music as well. And the music is going to say how you must also sing this track. I understand that when I go and make a music track or something like that for myself, I understand that this goes for all areas of life. I understand when I make a music track, I get up and I do my journal first. And I say, what do I start first? I understand how do I start it and what do I need? I then say, I make sure I get myself a melody first. I start off with the melody. I start to make the melody. And then I make the design in terms of the sound design for the melody. I then make sure that once I have my melody, I go to the beat sequencer and I make a beat with the melody. And now I just made a recent track that I still have to name it. So I still have to name it. But what the point is, I have 4 notes in the track. I just have dun dun dun. I mean, that's how it goes. Dun 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 dun. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's my track. And guess what? I realize that I go and grab the first note from that track. I put it in the nice, beautiful intro of my verse, and I delay it. And then it sounds something like this. Dun 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 dun. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's how you orchestrate a nice, beautiful 4 note from dun 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 to dun 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 dun, dun. And then guess what? And then you have a nice beautiful beat inside of that, and then you put one beat. And then what happens is, it sounds something like this. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, that's nice. And then what do you do from that point? You have some hats. You add some hats into your nice beautiful music. And then once you do that, you make sure that when you're in your beat sequencer of your nice beautiful music production, I mean, what do? I mean, you make sure that your melody is not hitting where your hat is. I mean, when the nice beautiful melody piano hits the C button in terms of dun, I mean, make sure that there's no hats there. I mean, do you understand? And make sure that there's no kicks there. And make sure that there's no other percussions in that. I mean, why is that? Because you want to make it rhythmic. Because if the kick and everything else is hitting at the same time, I realize that you have no rhythmic ability right here. Because it's all hitting at the same time. I mean, guess what? I mean, if you're making music, you make it out of balance. You make it out of balance because that way it's going to bounce. You have to make your music bounce. So you make it out of sequence. I mean, when the kick happens, I'll go dut. I mean, do you understand? I don't go dut with the kick. I mean, do you understand? Because that doesn't sound good. I mean, when you have a kick and it goes dut, I mean, the kick already hit. I mean, you didn't even hear the kick. I mean, do you understand? Because these other sounds are, the other sounds are on top of the kick. But let's say you have a nice, beautiful sound coming like this, and you have a kick and hat. You go dut. I mean, whoa. I mean, what? I mean, you heard the kick already, and then dut. I mean, you understand? But if you have, let's say, 3 hats and a kick, and then you go dut. I mean, where's the kick? I mean, because the hat is something that blocks the kick. You have to understand, you never block your kick. You make sure that you have the kick first, and you go dut. I mean, do you understand? And then, for example, a nice, beautiful rhythmic ability or a nice, beautiful song in terms of a nice, beautiful beat sequence is dun. I mean, is there anything, let's say, hitting on top of each other there? I mean, there's nothing hitting on top of each other. So that's how you make a nice, beautiful beat. I realize that this is how not to make a beat. I mean, where's the other sounds? I mean, yes. I mean, there's a nice little bit of rhythmic feel, but it's not really on beat. I mean, it doesn't have to be on beat. But this one here is where you're putting all the sounds into one frequency, and you don't do that. You have to understand that when you go and put a kick, you put it first, and then you put a hat second, and then you put a snare third, and then you put a hat fourth, and then you put a kick again, and then it goes boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's a beat. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's a beat. But anything that's not a beat is boom, boom. I mean, that's not a beat. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's not a beat because that's all hitting together. I mean, what the point is really add some nice, beautiful melodies. So understand that kick goes first, and then the hat, and then the snare, and then the hat again, and then the nice, beautiful sub melody. Understand that when you're doing that every single day, you must teach something. Understand either way that what's important is understand that if you want to be a music producer, I mean, now's the best time to do so. I understand that when I do that every single day, I understand that every single day I make sure to come and do something about my life to go and really give a nice, beautiful public speaking performance, because I understand that what's important every single day is having a lifestyle that you can also be a life coach and a nice, beautiful music producer at the same time, because I see it's worth it. I understand, for example, Tony Robbins. I understand that guy will never produce music. I mean, isn't that sad? I mean, understand, I never have sympathy for him. I understand that what's important is, imagine Tony Robbins doing life coaching and music together. I mean, now that's worth it, because that's something that shows me that he's much more, let's say, talented in terms of his ability, because that's what you have to do in terms of your eye. I understand either way that what you must understand that everybody has music, but understand I'm a life coach and a music producer. So when I go and create music, or else when I go and create music every single day, I go and make sure that I go and give a nice, beautiful public speaking performance every single day also. But I make sure to go and make a melody first, and then make the sound design for the melody, and then I make the beat sequence along with the melody, so everything is out of sync. So nothing in terms of my notes. I mean, my hat is not touching my kick. I mean, my hat is not touching my melody. I mean, my melody is not touching my kick either. And that's how you make a nice, beautiful beat with 3 instruments. And now the more instruments you add into the mix, I realize the more, let's say, you have to miss and you have to make it out of sequence in a way that you have to understand that the more sounds in your track, otherwise the more instruments are going to play at the same time, in a way that they're going to be out of sync. And not that, I mean, you never play anything at the same time. You play it out of sync. So when you're playing a nice beautiful musical track and you're making one, you only make one out of sync. So when the kick hits, otherwise there's nothing else in the music that's hitting at the same time as the kick. I mean, do you understand? I mean, I don't care what it is. I mean, make sure that each and every single particle in your music track is not hitting each other. I mean, when a note hits, I mean, make sure there's no other note except for that note. And that's that. I mean, do you understand? I mean, when you're playing the piano, I mean, how are you playing the piano though? I mean, you're playing, let's say, one note at a time. I mean, when you're playing just one note, I mean, is there anything in the music that's hitting each other? So let's say, for example, Twinkle Twinkle. I love you. I mean, do you understand? Because I love you, I understand either way. But in that nice, beautiful tone, I mean, the I mean, there's nothing blocking the melody. But let's say there's something else on top of the notes. I mean, let's say the kick is on top of the notes. I mean, how are you going to hear the melody when the kick is hitting on the melody? I mean, how are you going to hear? I mean, how are you going to hear the melody and the hats when the kick is also hitting it? I mean, make the kick hit before the melody, and then make the hat hit before the kick. I mean, do you understand? So pull it apart so it's out of sync, and that's how you make music. I understand when I make music, I make sure I go and make a vocal track as well. I make a nice, beautiful rap melody. I make a nice, beautiful symphony. I make a nice, beautiful lyrics or something of a suggestion to go and sing my beautiful track. Because why do I want to go on Fiverr today or landscaping and get somebody for, let's say, to give them $500 to sing my 3 minute track? I mean, what for? I mean, people work all week for that money. But guess what? I never work for plastic money. I work for talents. So when I give them money, I make sure that I understand it's something that I'll never do. I understand that I just created nice, beautiful lyrics, and I understand that I'll never even sing it anymore. Because I'll get somebody else to sing it. Because that's not something that I'm interested in. I'm interested in hearing somebody else sing that though. Because something in my heart says yes. I understand either way, I never go deleting any type of, let's say, material. So if I make a book, I don't go chuck it in the rubbish and delete it forever. I mean, if I go and invest my time, I don't go, let's say, deleting it. I don't go giving you a CD and then taking it back. I give you the CD because if I go and take it back, otherwise then I waste my time. I understand either way that it's raining here right now, but I understand that what's important is understand that when you're creating a nice, beautiful music track every single day, just make sure that you go and show up for your work anyway, because here I am, I'm still showing up. I understand that either way, that my nice, beautiful Apple Watch right now, I understand that today, it didn't really tell me that it's going to rain. Otherwise now, either way that it says storming on my nice, beautiful Apple Watch right here, but I understand I still show up. I still show up because I never know what's going to happen. I realize sometimes they say that it's going to storm and it doesn't storm. I mean, do you understand? So realize that what's important is understand the weather is right now. And forget the weather that's happening ahead of time, because that changes. I mean, they say in 5 days time that it's going to be sunny and then it goes stormy in 5 days time. I mean, do you understand? So realize that the only weather that you really look forward to is today. I mean, only look forward to today. I mean, look forward to today, and you look forward to the week like this. But if you're looking forward to the week, I mean, make sure you're looking forward to today, because today is more important than the week. I mean, today is much more important than what's happening in a month time and the month ahead. I mean, today is even more important because you're still alive today, and that's the important matter today. I said when you go and really understand that no matter what, I have a nice beautiful raincoat over here. I have a raincoat, so either way, I just go really just, let's say, shine it like that. I put it on top of my nice beautiful speaker, and I just continue my nice beautiful program just for a bit more, because I understand that it's not, let's say, fully raining, but I understand that either way that it's sprinkling over here. I understand I still continue my work for as much as I can, because I understand that what's important is teaching you something, because I have so much to teach you. But I understand that no matter what, or there's another new experience, is go and talk to people online. I mean, go and talk to people online and understand that I'm doing that right now. I understand that I'm talking to them in my IUQ rule, which means that I start my sentences with I and you and questions. But I understand I'm a very big smartass, because I go and ask people questions, and I may ask something like, what did I do, man? I mean, it's a question, but it's a smartass question. I mean, what did I do, man? I mean, why do you have to look at me like that? I mean, either way, I understand that when I look at people and I talk to them every single day, I understand that what's important is ask more questions and ask more questions in terms of statements so that you can go and speak up as well. Because when you speak up every single day, you're going to be important. You're going to be understanding that no matter what, that when you engage with people, you'll find out how to learn about their language. I understand, for example, one of my friends who, let's say, is a friend, because I don't hate him, I understand either way, that he teaches me today that I just sent him my music track, for example, but then he goes and plays it while he's watching, he plays my music track while he's on video camera. I realize now that's a beautiful skill. I send you a track right now, but then you send me a nice beautiful video back of you listening to the nice beautiful music that I just played in terms of my life, in terms of my eye. I understand that, for example, you send me your track, I then listen to your music, but I do a video while I'm listening to your music to show you that I love you. I understand now that inspires me, and that's one of my friends who sends and sends me that kind of nice beautiful privilege. I realize he sends me that nice beautiful privilege of understanding that no matter what, that he, in terms of your life or anybody, must love yourself the most. You must understand that no matter what, I understand that is a nice beautiful idea, that when you go online and you really self-reflect upon how they treat you, and then ask yourself a question: what will you do with their attitude, and what will you not do? What do you do in a scenario where you ask what never to do? You make sure that when you're speaking to other people, they'll always teach you something. They'll teach you one way or the other. Let's say somebody is very successful. They will teach you what to do. Let's say somebody who's a failure and who's not successful. They'll teach you what not to do. Let's say a homeless man. That's what never to do. So anybody who's unsuccessful today, they will teach you the opposite. They will teach you what never to do. But if you look at me, I'll teach you what to do. I'll teach you what to do, because I'm successful. But anybody who is not successful will teach you what not to do. But you have to ask yourself the question that when you look at them, what will you never do? I would never be with other people while I walk. I understand. I see some individuals walking together. I say, what do I never do, and what to never do? I understand. I will never go to that shop there. I'll never go there. I understand they're going in that shop. I'll never go there. So I understand when I say I never go there, I write it down in my journal, and I say Commonwealth Bank of Australia. I write it down. That's the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, and it doesn't even look like a bank. Either way, I'll never go there. I'll never go to that Commonwealth Bank of Australia. I have no need to go there. So I put it in my journal and I stay away from it. I stay away from that place. Do you understand? So that's only one aspect of life out of millions of places that I stay away from. Do you understand? You have to stay away from millions of aspects of life to understand what to do. Otherwise, if you want to find success, otherwise the best way to find success is to understand what not to do. Otherwise, if drugs is killing you and taking away your money, that's what you never do. Why do you have to do drugs then? Then you're going to have more money. Do you understand? So what never to do, what to never do is make sure you stay away from drugs. That's what I do. Do you understand? But people who are not successful will tell you what you must do. They'll tell you what you must do, but they're unsuccessful. Do you understand? So you never listen to unsuccessful people who tell you what you must do. You listen to successful people who tell you what you must do. I'm successful, so I tell you what you must do. But let's say somebody who's unsuccessful may believe they're very successful, and they'll say for you what you must do. So understand that when you look at somebody unsuccessful, I realize they'll never say that they're unsuccessful. I realize when you look at a homeless man, I realize that they would never say that they are a failure. You just have to spot them out. You just have to be common sense and look that they're on the street. Be common sense and understand that's what you never do. Most people will never admit that they're failures, because anybody who's a failure has to admit it first. And then once you admit that you're a failure, you say, I'm not a failure. Do you understand? That's how you really live life. You live life making sure that what you're doing daily is understanding that no matter what, you go try everything out. You go and be a smartass online, and make sure that you go and post your link. For example, I made a nice beautiful comedy in terms of a 2-minute comedy in Serbian, and I sent it to, let's say, 20 people. I have 300 views in one day. It's really simple. I send one link and people share it around because it's so funny. Do you understand? But either way, what's important is sometimes you have to be willing to do your work in the nice beautiful rain, because I understand that's what a public speaker does. I understand that's why I have a YouTube channel. I understand that's why I have business cards too. I give that knowledge every single day upon how to do life. I understand very good. I understand very good every single day. I understand every single day that when I go and do something that's very appropriate, I go and make sure I go and live my life to the fullest. I understand when I live my life to the fullest, I make sure either way that I go and really do my work, because I understand that either way I can still do my work over here. I understand that what's important is make sure that you go and make yourself important today. I mean, when you make yourself important today, you understand that you can go and make music today for free, but you have to get yourself a laptop and you have to start. You have to start something, so start some music in your life. I mean, go and make some music. I mean, go and make a beat or sequence. I mean, make a beat or sequence and learn how to do it. But guess what? I realized that anything that's really going to help you today is a journal. I understand that if you want to understand how I make music today, understand I use a journal for everything. I use a journal to make sure that my life is corresponding to the best ability in my life. I understand that when I do that, I go and really understand that no matter what, I will pack up right now, because I understand it's starting to rain now. So either way, you guys will see me very soon. I mean, just give me a bit of time. I will just be 1 second. I welcome you guys back into my nice beautiful video. So it's just been a second, but understand no matter what, that now I'm nice and ready to give you a nice beautiful performance here. So what's important today is understand that no matter what, I just continue from where I began. And it's really that when you continue any type of topic, that you have to understand, you just pause the video and then go and continue the video somewhere else. And it becomes a nice beautiful motivational video or how-to series video or something that is, let's say, that you love to do. But I understand that when I go and, let's say, elaborate on my life about anything, I'll give you those ideas about what I do so that you can go and pick them up and so that you can do it. So on my YouTube channel, I realized, so on my YouTube channel, I put my I before the so. I realized, so my YouTube channel, I understand that when I go and, let's say, post YouTube videos, I have certain playlists. And now, why do I have those certain playlists? I have a motivational videos, I have a motivational videos and a motivational video type of way to understand about life, where I go and make 1 minute segments, I make 2 minute segments, I make 1 to minute, I mean 1 minute to minutes, in terms of 1 minute to about 60 minutes, and I make sure that either way that I go and cut up those segments and I put them together in one video. I mean, that's all, let's say, background. I mean, you may see this background first in the first minute, you may see this background. And then in the second background, you may see Harbour Bridge. And then you may see Brisbane. And then you may see Adelaide in the background. I mean, you understand? And those are my motivational videos, and those are just really segments of 2-3 minutes each or 5 minutes each. And then I put them together in those short segments, and I make a motivational video. And then I make a how to do this or something like that, but it's a motivational video so that you guys understand why it's a motivational video. Because I show you in the motivational videos how to really do that. I'll show you guys how to really understand how I go about, let's say, those short segments. I'll show you guys about how I go about those short segments in my videos so that you can go do the same thing, because that's how I can do 10-hour seminars today. Because I do those short segments first, and that's how I build my confidence. And I still do it today. I still do those motivational videos here and there. But I understand that what's important right now is I do these 1 hour segments every single day. I do 1 hour motivational videos, but I name them how-to series. And it's just my nice, beautiful video here, without any breakups in between. So when you see this background, I do it for 1 hour, and that's it. Or those are my how-to series. Although busking is a busking performance type of playlist that I have in my nice, beautiful YouTube, which is a busking performance. So I'm on a public speaking microphone and in front of people, so I'll make it my busking performance playlist. And then either way, I have a nice beautiful how-to series, which is one background, but motivational videos is different backgrounds. And it's all different, but you have to go life differently. You have to understand that if you don't try, you never know. So either way, understand that if you try it, you still never know, but you know the I only. I mean, you understand? I mean, either way, I understand that now, because I have a nice beautiful music track going, I understand that what's important is the sound quality of the nice beautiful music track. So understand I make a nice beautiful track because I make it in a way that it's not in balance, in a way that it's, let's say, in balance. I understand that I realize that I'm always in balance, but I make sure that my track is out of sync. So when the kick hits, I realize everything else is not going to hit in that moment. So I understand that's the only way that you can ever do anything in terms of your life, in terms of making melodies and anything. You have to orchestrate your melodies even across where the kick does not hit. I mean, don't put your melody on the tone of the kick. I mean, don't put
one tone and then the kick with a tone. So when it hits at the same time, the melody and the kick hit together. You don't do that because that's a track that's a track that is rubbish. You have to understand that what's not rubbish is I mean, that's a nice, beautiful rhythm, but is just one steady program, but there's no rhythmic feel. And now, yes, there is a rhythmic feel in but understand that if you have 7 instruments playing like that, I mean, what are you doing? But if I have 7 instruments playing I mean, either way, understand that's a different melody, but there's all different instruments hitting at all these symphonies in terms of all these different instruments are hitting at the different times of intervals. You understand? So that's how you make a track. You don't make it at the same time, you make it in different ways. You make it at the same time in terms of this moment, which is I, but understand everything is I today. I understand that now, when I go and let's say give you an idea about life, I use strategies about my daily life and how I go about my daily life to outsmart other people. So if somebody, let's say, wants to cause you violence, you say they are a little wiener because they want to cause violence. And now, in a way, you just say, I don't hit people because they're little wieners. I mean, you teach them that. I mean, I don't need to headbutt you because anybody who needs to headbutt you is a nice, beautiful little wiener in life. I mean, they have a little wiener. I mean, they're small in this world. So either way, understand that anybody who's causing violence today is because they are not teaching you nothing. Or else they want to hit you rather than teach you anything. I want to teach you something, so I'll never hit you. I understand that when you go and, let's say, your friend sends you a nice, beautiful video and then calls you out and says, hey, I want you to send me a video because I've been sending you some videos and you're not even challenging me in terms of you're not even measuring up to me this day and you're not even trying. Or else now, because they challenge you, I mean, get up on video and say, either way, you make a statement, you say, hey, before you even go challenging me, I mean, make sure that you go and create 600 hours more content than me on YouTube because I have 600 hours more than you on YouTube videos right now. And my face is showing. I mean, do you understand? Don't understand you have to cut them like that. You have to understand that either way, that when you do that, you have to be a smartass in the way you speak. So before you even challenge me, just make sure that you never watch me first. I mean, do you understand? Because when you watch me, I understand that either way, I don't need you. I mean, understand? I mean, either way, that's the way of smartass. I don't need you. I mean, if I want to be a smartass with you, I'll say, what are you here for? I mean, why are you coming to me? I ask you a question about that. So when you're asking questions and more questions, you'll be a smartass. So understand that's just an idea and you can grab the idea and then you can apply it into your life. So either way, I give those ideas on a daily basis, but I teach you coaching strategies on how I live my life. Now, plenty of people want me to be with them today, and guess what? I stay away from them, don't I? Because grab the idea now and do the same. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, grab the idea. I mean, understand, I teach you in my ideas what you never do. But understand that no matter what, that when you have something in your eye like here, in terms of life, I mean, just make sure that you go and rub yourself because either way, you don't want the nice beautiful particle to go right into your eye because either way, your eye is something important. I mean, eye is eyes, but also I love you. I is very much more important in terms of I love you than the eyes itself. I mean, you understand? But don't go cutting your eye out. I mean, don't even cut this eye out because this eyes, in terms of eyes, I mean, don't hurt that. I mean, don't hurt yourself. I mean, don't go punching yourself is what I mean. I mean, don't go stabbing your eye and get the eye and stab it out. I mean, don't do that. I mean, what you do is say I love you more and understand to love yourself. But I had a ex-girlfriend in terms of I had one ex-girlfriend and she goes and cuts herself on the wrists and I say get away from me. I told her to get away from me because I was not ready for her in terms of a relationship. I was not ready to be her cure man. I was not ready for her. So what did I do? I stayed away from her. I realized she came and knocked on my door to get back together. I said no. I just went my way. And now I'm happier and she has a kid and I have no kids, but I have no need for kids. Because I understand that if I have a kid today, I have to change their nappies and I have to take care of them rather than myself. So I understand that I'm very smart because I'm 28, but I have the next 20 years to make kids. I mean, 20 years, I can make kids. I mean, I'll be 48 in 20 years. I mean, I'll be 48 in 20 years. So either way, I still can make kids until 55. So in a way, understand I'm not in a rush. But I understand many people today are making kids. And at 27 and 26 and 23 and 24, and they're making kids, and then they make 5 kids at 24. Whereas now you're in big trouble. I mean, you're in big trouble because you have to feed them, you have to take care of them, you have to take them everywhere. I mean, then you have no time for yourself. I mean, do you understand? So either way, understand that before you're having kids in life, I mean, understand to be more successful first and have a greater career for yourself, and then you can have kids. But understand that no matter what, that I go now making rap music and I go and practice my rap music everywhere, but I understand that what's important is capture this idea. Or else get yourself a trolley and start music production and start pumping music of any sort on the street, for example. I mean, go and pump all this music on the street and let other people watch you as you do it. And you gain the confidence to all the time do that. I mean, you always be doing that in terms of, you always gain the confidence to do that. You understand? So when I walk in Sydney, I'm pumping music all the time. And everybody's looking at me. I mean, who's pumping music? And they see me because of my eye. I'm always pumping music because I love the attention. I love the attention of the other people looking at what I love to do in terms of my life. I love to be in the spotlight. I love to grab it because everybody else is silent. So when I realize when a lot of people are walking by, I realize they're all silent and they're just talking to themselves. But nobody is really, let's say, the loudest in the crowd. So I'm going to pump up the music so that everybody hears me the most. I mean, you understand? And when I pump up music, I play my music. I don't play anybody else's music anymore other than mine. So I've got no, let's say I have no racism in my life. I'm not black, I'm not white. My skin color is not white. So why does a black person believe they're a black nigger? I mean, why do you believe you're black? I mean, I'm not white, I'm not black. I mean, why do you believe you're black? I mean, why do you believe you're white? I mean, that's because other people have taught you that you're black. And that's what you grabbed onto, and you are that kind of idea. Because other people said so. And other people said, you're black. I mean, look at him. I mean, look at the other guy. I mean, look at his mama. And look at his babies. I mean, they're all black. I mean, how are they black? I mean, where is the definition of black in the world? I mean, how do you understand that? I mean, how do you understand that this is skin? I mean, this is not skin. I mean, this is not eyes. I mean, this is not, I mean, this beard, I mean, this is not even a beard. You understand? I mean, now, anything that you want to label in life, you must label your eye. You must understand that you must be happier as you grow up, and you must be understanding that what you do on a daily basis is very important. So recently, I understand that no matter what, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I have to be in my nice, beautiful street performance yesterday by sunset. And no matter what, that before sunset, I have to arrive there because I want to do a nice, beautiful public speaking performance every single day. And otherwise, I still have to do my life coaching. Otherwise, I still have to go somewhere else and do my life coaching. So what do? I make sure either way, I get out of the rain and I make sure I come here in Martin Place where the nice, beautiful, let's say the post office of Martin Place is. And I have a nice, beautiful, let's say space over here where I can do my nice, beautiful gigs in terms of my life coaching. And every single day, plan upon my life to make a greater aspect. But today I make sure that every single day I practice my nice beautiful melodies and my rap songs and my nice beautiful, let's say, music production, because I just uploaded 600 videos online into my YouTube channel. And over that, in terms of no matter what, I understand that I go into my Mega Drive, I have to upload into Mega Drive and then into YouTube. So it's all uploading for the past 2 months. I've been uploading content really fast into YouTube. So in 2 months, I uploaded into YouTube alone 550. I mean, I uploaded 550 videos and more into YouTube in 2 months. So it's really fast how it goes up really quickly. And then all of a sudden, these people from the past, in terms of who I grew up, I don't know why I said Whereas now, in terms of those people I grew up with, I understand that what's important is understand the eye. I know my eye only. I know my eye only, but I understand that today, somehow I really feel, let's say, drowsy or something like that to speak. But it's really that I understand that I'm just growing. I'm growing. I have no problem. I have no drowsy issues. I'm not drowsy even. I'm saying it's just that I understand that I'm just testing myself here. I'm just testing to see what's the occasion over here, because I didn't say for 2 months and more. I understand either way. I understand that no matter what, that when you go and really dwell in yourself, you must be happier as you grow up. You must understand that when I go and really live my life now, I understand that I go and upload 550 videos in 2 months online, and these people from the past are saying, how does he have 550 more videos than me, and how is he having 550 videos on YouTube right now? I mean, how does he do that? I mean, where did it come from? I mean, do you understand? Because I upload really fast, and then they're aware that I have all these 500 hours and more of videos online, and understand that's the whole point. Because where did I practice with those videos? I went on YouTube in terms of my Mega Drive, and I upload all those videos into Mega Drive, and then I download them, and then I upload it quickly into my YouTube channel. So what did I do? I started my Nice Beautiful business on the side without YouTube and without Instagram, and I started to make those beautiful videos from course 1 up to course 500 and more. I mean, do you understand? Because what's important is go and start first, and forget the attention. I mean, forget the attention for 5 years. I mean, you understand? I mean, go and get really great, and then eventually you're going to say, now I'm ready for attention. I'm ready for other people to see me. I'm ready for other people to call me out to go and speak to tens and thousands of people with a microphone. I'm ready. I can do it. I mean, you understand? So go build up those talents first. And that's why I get up on a Nice Beautiful public speaking performance, and I give $14 in Sydney, and it's for free. I mean, just go and apply for one, and you'll get a busking performance license. I realize they have a low impact, I realize they have a medium impact, and they have a high impact, but then they also have a long duration one as well. So get yourself the longest duration one, that's low impact. I mean, you don't need to do high impact, anything. I mean, don't be one of those individuals who goes up on the Nice Beautiful sword and gives a sword to a child, and then puts the child on top of an elephant with a sword, while the elephant's holding the child somehow. I mean, don't do that. I mean, don't be one of those people who are they're circus clowns and stuff like that. I mean, understand that they're street performers, but guess what? I realize that if you're going that way, I mean, understand that I have a better life than you. I have a better life than you right away. Because you're going that way, I'm going Jesus Christ's way. I mean, do you understand? I understand either way that what's important is Jesus Christ. I mean, go and do something that's Jesus Christ today. And now music is Jesus Christ. But understand that you go and make music because you love to do it for Jesus Christ. And understand either way that when you do it for Jesus Christ, you'll be doing it for yourself. I understand either way, I understand that when I go and really dwell in a nice, beautiful idea, I'll go send people online messages. I understand when I need to send a woman a message or something like that, I'll go send her a message and I say, you must be my wife because otherwise I will never respect you. I mean, what? I mean, why? I mean, where did that come from? I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, either way, I'm a smart ass. I'm a smart ass here. I make them laugh. I make them laugh because that's funny. To have a message out of nowhere, you must be my wife, and I haven't talked to her for 1 year. I mean, you understand? I mean, either way, that's very funny. So either way, I'll go and send these random messages to people because it's just a means of connection and to see how they are. But understand that what's important is understand that sometimes you need your own time. So recently, I just made sure that I will go and really subscribe to my YouTube channel in terms of my Nice Beautiful YouTube Premium. I understand I have a YouTube Premium now going because I understand the advertisements is something that really comes up every single video in YouTube. So you don't have to watch those advertisements on YouTube and you don't have to watch my videos on YouTube. You can go and watch my videos in order, and it can be my videos can be in exact order right for you because guess what? Realize there's no right or wrong, but understand you go into my Nice Beautiful Mega Drive today and you'll find my course 1 to my course 500 and more. I mean, on YouTube, you have to scramble for the knowledge. You have to go scrambling for it. You have to watch all these videos, and I don't put episode 1 and episode 2 and episode 3. You don't know which ones you watched. You don't even know which ones you watched. So let's say you watched 100 of them. I mean, which ones, you have to scramble for them. You have to go and check out the ones that you didn't watch. So that's what I mean by YouTube. You have to scramble for it. But on my Mega Drive, you just go into my affiliate link and then sign up to Mega Drive and get your free account. And then guess what happens? You start downloading my Nice Beautiful videos, and it's for free, but it's my affiliate link. And now because it's my affiliate link, understand that if you subscribe to an online storage, I promise you now, an online storage is something that it's something where you put your photos and videos and files of yourself and store it online. I'm just doing that myself. I have over 1 terabyte of information, so understand that I'm a worthy ideal here. To understand that I'm somebody who backs them up. So either way, they are excellent for your business. So what did I do on my Nice Beautiful Mega Drive? I posted all my courses on there. I have over 500 courses in my online storage, and you can download them. I mean, it's so simple. You don't even need a website. You just get yourself an online storage, and then I have over 31,000 quotes. I don't have to upload it to any other website other than my Mega Drive. And my Mega Drive is all images as well. So you can just go like this on images in terms of the Nice Beautiful Mega Drive, or download the whole folder, and I'll have 1001 quotes, and just press download and go straight to your phone from an online storage. It's amazing. Although, understand, I also upload my PDFs there. Or else I have a writing journal every single day. I write my blogs in my Mega Drive and in my storage online. I just write and write and write. And I make a book in my storage. And either way, I realize I want to write a chapter for something, or something in terms of, I may want to write 200 words about something, I'll just go and write it in my journal. I don't have to go and create a thick book about it. I just go and write a little bit piece of knowledge about it, and then I go and look for another idea, and I write it into my journal again. Because I understand that now, journaling in terms of writing my journal is much more important than this video. I mean, do you understand? But what's the difference? I understand the difference here is that my video, I can only do it for a certain period of time in a day. I can only do this 1 hour a day. And sometimes 2 hours and 3 hours and up to, let's say, 7 hours or 10 hours, I can do it. I mean, one day I can do it. But understand consistently, no. But my journal, I can do it consistently 24 hours a day. I mean, you understand? I mean, that's an amazing difference about journaling in terms of writing journal and video work. Because how many times can you do video work in a day? I mean, it's nighttime and there's people around you and you're tired. I mean, you understand? But guess what? I wake up really quickly and then I just write my journal really quickly. And I may be so tired to do something, but I write my journal. I write my journal and I write the idea that I just dreamt of. I dreamt of an idea, I just woke up to just write it down in my journal. I mean, it's so beautiful. But either way, it's something that really helps me with my music production too. So just recently, I have a beautiful experience with my music production now. And I understand that I go and make my nice beautiful structure like this in my music production. I have 3 structures. And my 3 structures is 3 times 3 times, my structure is 3 times 3 times 3. And now what does that mean? I have 3 structures, which is verse, I have a chorus, I have a pre-chorus. That's 3. And then what do? I make 3 kicks. In terms of one kick that has 3 different patterns of kicks. So I realize pattern 1 is going into verse, and pattern 2 is going into pre-chorus, and then pattern 3 is going into the chorus. So my first kick can go dom and dom and dom. Now that I can say and dom. I'm saying either way that what's important, and then my second kick is in the pre-chorus. So when it changes into the pre-chorus, it goes dom dom. Dun dun. And then when it goes into my chorus, it goes dun 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 dun. I realize now, because I make 3 lots of 3 lots of 3, I understand I have 3 structures. I have 3 melodies. I have 3 melodies in the track. You need 3 melodies for 3 different parts of the track. And now in my track just recently, I have 4 melodies. You can add as many melodies as you want. You can add as many patterns as you want. But I stick to 3 times 3 times 3. And now, why did I create the 4th one over here? I just add it in. But I still stick to 3 times 3 times 3 because 3 is minimum. I mean, have 3 melodies and have 3 structures in your tracks and have 3 different kicks and 3 different hat sequences. And now 3 different kicks, I realize 3 different kicks, you have 1 kick, you have 1 instrument only. I mean, when you have any instruments in your nice beautiful music production, you have 1 kick only. I mean, 1 kick. And then you have 1 hat, and then you have 1 melody, and then you have 1 bass line, and that's it. I mean, you don't make 3 bass lines. I mean, don't make 3 different sounds of bass lines, and don't make 3 different sounds of kicks, and don't make different 3 of anything, but make 1 of each. And then what you do with 1 of each is make different patterns that are 3. So either way, understand that with my 3 kicks, I have 3 different patterns of kicks, but I have my nice beautiful 1 kick only, which is those 3 patterns. I realize now, what is the difference? I realize the difference is that my first pattern has 1 kick, and my second pattern has 2 kicks, and my third pattern has 3 kicks. I realize they're patterns, because pattern 1 goes to the verse, and pattern 2 goes to the pre-chorus, and Paris, I'm already going to Paris. But either way, I understand that no matter what, that pattern 3 goes to the chorus. So then I go and make the melody 3 to be in the drop, or the actual chorus. And then I make the hats, which is going to be number 3 as well. And then anything that's labeled number 3, or a C or chorus, is in the chorus section. And that's 1 section. That's all. I mean, the chorus is different from the pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus is different from the verse. And now the outro is something different. And now in the outro of the music track, you add yourself a favor here, and you understand to add the chorus into the outro and add the pre-chorus into the outro and the verse into the outro, but mix it up in a way that you've never done it before in your track. So if your Nice Beautiful track is sequenced in a way that you've done it already, don't do it in another part of your track. If I put one kick and a melody that goes dun dun dun, you'll never hear that melody going anywhere else in my track. Except that 1 second or 1 moment. You understand? Because what's the difference here is I change up the patterns. But what you have to look out for is understand that it has to be one rhythm. You can put one kick to be kicking forever. But as soon as you put the clap with the kick, you never go back to the one kick that's kicking forever. You understand? So let's say a kick is going dun 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 dun. You can listen to that always. And it'll never get old. And why is that? Because it's one sequence. It's one sequence. But let's say you go dun 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 dun, and then you go dun dun dun. Why'd you go dun 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 again? Why'd you go back to the first sequence? Since you're progressing your track, instead of going back to the kick that you started off with, make a different pattern. So what do? You go dun 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 dun, and then you change it up again, and you go dun boom boom boom, and then what do you do then? And then you change it up again, and then you go boom boom ba boom boom boom. You didn't hear that before, and then you add again, and then you add something different to that next melody, which is going to be boom 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 boom. You didn't hear that before. But then you're going to change your segment again, and you're going to change it again. But this time it's going to go. This time it's going to go this way. I realize it's going to go boom 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 boom. Do you understand? So either way, it's different throughout the whole track, like that. Is that simple? That's one sequence, and that's how your track must be. That's progressive. But you don't go from kick to clap and kick back to just kick. You understand? You go and progress it all the way through. So when I do that, I make a little pattern in my Nice Beautiful tracks, and I make sure that every single day that you understand that no matter what, I go and make put every single, let's say, in a beat, in terms of one beat, there is 4 kicks. So every single 8 kicks, you hear, and then another 8 beats, you will not hear, you'll not even hear the actual clap, because every single 8 beats, you hear those claps. I realize every single beat, in terms of every single 8 beats, you hear the claps, in terms of those Nice Beautiful hats. And then I do that for the whole track. Do you understand? Because it adds variety into your track. But understand that, for example, you may have 16 kicks, you have to add something at the 8th kick to make it a little bit progressive, so that you can chop up your Nice Beautiful performance of, let's say, your music production to be swapping at 8 kicks rather than 16 kicks. So instead of making your first sequence go to 16 beats so that it goes and kicks, it sort of has a clap. So let's just imagine that it goes kick, 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 you understand? And then it goes kick and clap and kick and clap. But I realize that before it gets to the kick and clap, I realize you have to hear the kick 16 times. Why do you have to hear the kick 16 times? Make the kick 4 times, and then put the clap in the next 4 kicks. And then it goes dun, 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 dun. And then it goes every 4 kicks. I realize your Nice Beautiful melody is swapping over into a different track. You understand? And then you do that. You just go the new way. And now, every single time you add a new sound into your Nice Beautiful music, sometimes you have to take away from your music so that you can make a new sequence, so that you make something different that you've never made before in your current track. So if you started off with a kick, don't do it in the chorus again. Don't do anything that you've done previously in your own track. So if you have a 3-minute track, make sure that nothing is repeating itself. So understand that when you make a vocal track, it's excellent that you make a vocal track. But understand that instrumental is something that has to be changing all the time, regardless of the vocal track. So understand that if I go and let's say that da-na-na-na-na is my 3 choruses. I mean, that means that no matter what, that you'll hear da-na-na-na, you'll hear that 3 times in my track. Or else by the time it goes to the second one, and you hear it the second time, or else the track's already lost its value, and the track is already boring. Because by the time the third one comes, or else you already expect that one coming. You already expect it, so never make people expect that something's going to come in your music track. I mean, you understand? Because when you hear my track, you don't know what to expect until the track's finished. I mean, you understand? And why is that? Because my track is not repeating itself. I mean, how my chorus, in terms of my first chorus, looks like, is not how my second chorus looks like, in terms of my instrumental and my vocals. And understand, no matter what, that in my third chorus, I understand my third chorus doesn't look like my second chorus, and it doesn't look like my first chorus. So understand that 3 lots of 3 lots of 3 is always different. You understand? So the instruments are, let's say, the same, but understand the sequencing or the patterns is different. So understand that every single time you make a nice, beautiful whatever in your life, you must understand that you must keep going differently. You must keep going the different way. Because if I go and say, this is what I'm doing, and then you expected of me that in 10 years' time, that I'd be the same person today. I mean, understand, that's never me. But let's say a drug addict who's doing drugs today, you have to understand that they can change their life as well. So never expect other people to, let's say, go worse or great, but understand to judge them based on who they are now. And now when I judge you, I teach you about yourself. So understand that no matter what, when I see somebody who's fat, I realize they're living a crappier lifestyle right now. I realize they're living a crappier lifestyle right now than I am. Because they're fatter than me. I mean, let's just put it like that. I can see that. But I understand that in 10 years' time, I realize they may be living better than me. I realize now they can change. I realize they can change really quickly. I realize I removed 47 kilos from my life within 3 years. I mean, do you understand? I mean, within 31 months, 2.5 years of my life, I removed 47 kilos. And nobody else is asking me about how I do this because they're not interested in my weight loss program. So I have taught them already in terms of how I'm teaching right now. I'm always teaching everything about my life in a different way now. So everything that's in terms of my weight loss before, I've already taught that, but I can still teach more about it. And I'm still learning how to eat veganism and how to be with veganism and how to live sober and how to live away from the crowd and how to live single and without a woman and without kids and how to create my legacy and how to create all these YouTube videos and how to promote myself as a public speaker. So I'm doing it on the street and I'm learning every single day something new. So that's the miracle of life. Because anybody who's not trying that, I realize now they are people who, let's say, are not successful. You have to understand that no matter what, anything that's success is, you have to understand what success is not. Whereas now, it's very easy to go and see somebody successful, but understand what they are not doing in life. I mean, they're doing a certain activity, and now they're doing something, but that's what you must do. And let's look at Tony Robbins. Whereas Tony Robbins is doing a specific activity, so if you follow him every single day, you will become like Tony Robbins. You understand? I mean, if you follow Tony Robbins, or you follow me, and you listen to me, and you understand my language, and you understand who I am, in my tone and in my knowledge, you will become exactly like me because you're reading from me. And now as soon as you read more and more and more from me, you will become exactly like me. But then what happens is you start to challenge me and you start to question me and my ability and what I have. And then what you do is you make up your own resolution, or razlog as they say in Serbian, which is a thought form, to understand that no matter what, you create your own thoughts, you create everything. You create your own life through what I say. So understand to never live exactly like I do, but live in your eye, and that's what you must do. I understand that when you go and do that every single day, I look at Tony Robbins, for example, I understand that man has a certain requirement of disciplines that he does every day, and you have to find them out. You have to find out my disciplines and what I do every day. You have to find it out. You have to understand what I do every day. You have to find out my habits, and you have to dig into the knowledge. I promise you, if you want to be like me, exactly, and you want to have my success, you will read from me for the rest of your life. But if you're not willing to read from me, you will never acquire the life I have. I promise you, it's that simple. So understand that if you go to Jesus and you learn from Jesus, you will acquire the life of Jesus because you're learning from Jesus. So who you learn from is who you surround yourself with. I mean, who you surround yourself with is who you learn from. So who you learn from is who you are. Otherwise, now you are the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So understand that's why I stay away from most of the people. I stay away from most of the people because I only go toward Tony Robbins, I go toward Brian Tracy and all these mentors that I have, but I go to Jesus Christ the most. I go to Jesus Christ the most because that's my true mentor. Otherwise, now that's a mentor that teaches me exactly what I need to be. I promise you. So either way, I understand that when I go and dig into that knowledge, I become more like Jesus because I follow Jesus. Otherwise, if I follow you and I read from you every day, I'll become like you. I mean, do you understand? I mean, if you read from me every single day, you'll become just like me, but in your own way. You will acquire the habits, but you'll be something different in terms of your persona and who you are, and your life experience is different, but you acquire my habits. So what you read on a daily basis is very important. I understand that from the age of 22, I went and invested in myself in terms of my first book for I. Now, either way, I went and got myself the 9 Beautiful Power of Now before. I understand, I read it 9 times and I tried to dwell in it. I tried to understand it. I tried to understand everything I read now. So either way, I'm always reading more. I'm always making sure that when I eat and do food and drink, I look at myself in the mirror. Because I have a nice beautiful mirror where I am, and I sit in front of a mirror and I eat in front of a mirror and I watch myself and I talk to myself in the mirror. Because I love myself like that. I love to look at myself more than the food and drink I eat, and I love to look at myself more than talking to other people and talking to you. I love to look at myself in the mirror. And you have to look at yourself in the mirror to like yourself. So the more you like yourself in the mirror, the more successful you are. I mean, you understand? So that's what the habit is that you need to develop, is look at yourself in the mirror. So I have a mirror here. I have a mirror. I can look at myself all the time. I can always look at myself. I'm always looking at myself one way or another. I understand when I sleep and I realize when I sleep and do anything in life, I'm staying away from most aspects of life, and that's me doing my life greater. So when I stay away from KFC for the rest of my life, I understand I'll never again invest that plastic money there. I'll never again go to McDonald's and Subway and all these places, because by the time I get there, I realize it's 20 minutes of my life, and then by the time they serve me food, I realize it's another 15 minutes, and then I have to sit there and eat, and that's already 1 hour wasted in terms of my eye. So understand that no matter what, I never go there, but I understand that what's important is I stay away from it, because that 1 hour I can put into a nice beautiful life coaching video. Although now that's much more valuable, and that's more of a trade. I'm a trader by nature, but I'm not a trader of a stock market in terms of the stock market exchange where the Bitcoin is and where cryptocurrencies is. But understand that every country in the world today is their own nice beautiful cryptocurrency. I mean, China today is a Bitcoin. I mean, Australia is a Bitcoin. I mean, everything is a Bitcoin, but China today is doing the best in terms of the cryptocurrencies. I mean, they're their own powerful economy, or else they're powerful economy, or else they are a powerful economy in terms of life. And why is that? Because they don't want to do business with anybody except China. But everybody else wants to do business with China because they're the largest manufacturer of the world. I mean, do you see all the toys in your nice, beautiful local restaurants over there in terms of the supermarkets and clothing stores? I mean, that's all from China. I mean, look at the clothes. I mean, clothing. 1 billion people in China, and they have many workers. And now understand that either way, that most of Chinese people are wasting their life. I mean, let's just put it. But as a country, I mean, they have the best service. I mean, you understand? I mean, as a country, understand, I have the best service. I have better service than them. But understand that, let's say Australia and China. I mean, China is much greater because, understand, Australia has 21 million people, and that's their service. But China has 1 billion people. 1 billion people, and that's 1 billion services. So either way, understand that China is very powerful, and more powerful than India, because China is large. China is much larger, and they're much smarter. Now, are they much smarter? I promise you, yes. I promise you now how. I promise you how they're smarter, because they are their own economic country. I promise you now, India is not their own economy, or else they are run by other people, or else now, either way, you have to understand that India is their own independent country, but they have less services. Let's just put it like that. I mean, they have less services than China because China is more powerful in services. I mean, now that's what is. And now the more the service, the greater the demand. And now what's a demand? Or else a demand, or else when I give you my service over here, I'm giving you demand. I mean, you demand from me every single day to create a video because you're following me. I mean, you're following me, so you expect a video from me every single day because that's what I say. And now that's what China's doing. And now China says, we're creating all this and we don't care about you people. I mean, this is for our country and that's it. But guess what? I realize America wants some bargains over there. I mean, America wants to get from China all the toys so that they can go to America and sell it for higher prices. I mean, that's why. I mean, understand? So either way, China doesn't look for services from anybody but China. But America needs services from China. And that's why China is greater. Because China doesn't need America, but America needs China. Because America is in debt and they want to make money on China. I mean, China says, we will not do services with you anymore unless you do our service. And America doesn't want to do them service because America wants China to do them services. I mean, America wants China to be a slave to America. And China says no. I mean, China says, you must work for us and be our slave. And guess what? I realize that's the way it is. But guess what? I realize China's not complaining. But America is. Because understand, that's where the war happens. Whereas there's a war, there's a war going to happen, there's a war going to happen. So I understand that either way, I understand that no matter what, it's happening. I see it. I'm not wrong, I'm not right. But I understand that no matter what, that because China is their own independent country, in a way that they don't need service from you or anybody. Or else that's what I mean. I don't need service from you either. You understand? I just need my own services. I realize that's how powerful I am. I'm very powerful. I don't need anybody else but I. I realize that's what China is. But America is saying that they need other people. Or else they need you to be a slave for America. But China says, I don't want you to be a slave for me. I want you to go and work your life and be your own slave. I mean, do you understand? But America's not happy with that. So that's why there is a war going on very soon. So stay tuned that for the next 20 years, I realize it's 2020 now, so there's no war going on right now. But I understand in 2040, I realize there may be. I realize it may be. Or else either way, I understand that what's important is every single day I will update you about the world around you, and understand that what's important is understand I have mentors who update me about the economics of the world, in terms of they update me with the economics of the world and what's going on everywhere in terms of Donald Trump and all these people who are politics and all this. So either way, I'm always staying in tune with all of them and the newest health information and their ideas and what they see about life. So either way, I'm reading. I mean, do you understand? Because guess what? I realized that throughout the coronavirus in 2020, you have to understand that what's important is understand that from March to December, I mean, the coronavirus is still going on. But guess what? I realized Australia is closed to the outside world right now. And nobody can fly into, nobody from outside Australia can fly into Australia because the coronavirus is still restrictions right now. So either way, it's been 9 months. So either way, that what's important every single day is understanding your heart and understanding that no matter what, I've been reading throughout that time. I've been reading about the coronavirus and how to get in front of it and how to really go and really dwell with my mentors who are leading me with their ideas about what's going on and how to really live about life with this going on. I mean, how do you live life with the coronavirus going on where thousands of people are losing their jobs and people are scrambling for the plastic money so that they have a 9-to-5 job and all of this. But I understand that no matter what, it's not about the 9-to-5 job and it's not about plastic money. So that's what my entrepreneurs teach, right? Or else that's what everybody teaches I. But I understand that no matter what, it's really those ideas that my entrepreneurs, in terms of my mentors, teach I. I teach I everything though. I grab those ideas and I apply them. And that's why I'm a teacher. Or else I apply those ideas. So when you hear me doing something, I do it. I do it as I say it. I say what I do. But those people who don't do what they say are the ones who are not successful. I do what I say and that's why I'm successful. I mean, now, either way, you have to understand that when you go and really read throughout life, I mean, now I'm so much more, let's say, adaptable to understand that if another coronavirus happens, I understand how I actually live this one now. Because that's how I live in the next one, but just better. I do it better. Because I'm much more ahead of those people who are not reading during this time of the coronavirus, because they're not interested in billionaires and millionaires and what they're doing and how they're going about it. I mean, you understand? Because they're interested in the crowd, or else they're interested in the crowd and who's going to the weekend in terms of the night, or else they're going to the nightclub. I mean, they're going to the girls. I mean, they're interested in that. I mean, they're interested in music and drugs and alcohol and who's making an event around town that's a nightclub. I mean, they care about that. I care about billionaires and millionaires. I mean, there's a big difference. I care about billionaires and millionaires more than the crowd. So what do? I go hang around with the billionaires and millionaires, and I stay away from the crowd, totally, and I stay alone. And I just surround myself with billionaires and millionaires, and they're just on YouTube. I just go on YouTube, and I'd go on Instagram, and I consciously go to see exactly how their Instagram is. And I go to try to copy them. I try to copy their Instagram, I try to copy their YouTube channels, I try to copy what they're doing. I try to copy exactly what they're doing. I mean, in every single aspect of life. And then once I'm reading more, I realize that different entrepreneurs or different mentors are teaching me different aspects of life. And one mentor is saying this, but the other mentor disagrees. And then I have to understand now it's a conflict between them. And they don't like each other because one's saying that a car in terms of Uber is better, but the other one's saying taxi. I realize now the other mentor is saying get both. I mean, who's better? I mean, get both then. I mean, get both. I mean, get the taxi and get the Uber. I mean, why are you complaining about taxi or Uber? I mean, if you're rich and you have plastic money and you have everything, and now plastic money doesn't make you rich. I realize if I go printing out money now and I can make $2 billion in plastic money and more in one day, just by printing it. I realize that's what governments are doing. I realize does that make you rich? I realize that doesn't make you rich, but they make you work for it, and they consider that's how you make riches. I realize that's not how you make riches. I realize you don't make riches through plastic money. You make it through your attitude. I realize the attitude is something that makes you rich. And now what is attitude? I understand attitude is habits. I realize my habits make me rich. So when I stay sober, I'll be richer. I'll be richer than the ones who are drug addicts. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, I understand that when I have a beautiful attitude, I'll never go do that. In terms of that guy on the scooter and say, what's that? I would never say that. I focus on myself and I go where I need to go. I mean, why do I have to disturb other people? I never disturb other people. You understand? So I never do what other people do, but I do what Jesus Christ does. So I understand that no matter what, that when Jesus Christ says, give content and you shall receive, you give. And that's what I do. I follow that. I follow what my mentors are giving me. And then when they give me something, I realize they give me ideas. But I understand that those people who are not catching up with the world around them in terms of millionaires and billionaires, and they're not subscribing to people online right now to learn from them, I realize they're not students of life, and they're also people who are going to grow old, and they're going to grow in the pension, and they're going to soon find out that from the year 2028, I realize Social Security, in terms of the governments, are not going to give you plastic money anymore. So there's another 8 years to go. I mean, they may give you Social Security and Medicare right now for your health and all that, and they're printing the money, but they're not going to do that after that period. And it means that pensions will bust, and Social Security will bust, and they will make your kids work or else they'll make them work for all they have in terms of plastic money. You understand? And the government's not going to give them plastic money anymore. Or else now that's what's happening. Or else it's soon transitioning into a period of where the government's not going to help you with plastic money anymore. You understand? So what do? You make sure now to learn and grow, because you have the next 8 years. I mean, understand that plastic money is not the result either. But understand that even if you work a 9 to 5, I mean, understand that you must work on your attitude more than working on a 9 to 5. Because 9 to 5 work for other people is not going to develop you. But what develops you is you. You will develop you, because if you don't develop you, then you're going to be a homeless man or a woman on the street. I see many of them. I see many of them, and I hope to God that you don't be there. I hope to God that you don't go down. I mean, either way, I understand that, for example, some people from the past, I mean, they say they have billions of subscribers on YouTube, but guess what? Otherwise, they don't have billions of subscribers on YouTube. I understand either way, they don't have it now, but they may be saying it for 10 years' time. Otherwise, now prove it to me. I mean, prove it to me. I mean, stop lying. I mean, just go and do it. I mean, do you understand? And now understand that if anybody says, I mean, if I say right now I have 1 billion people watching me right now, I promise you it's the case. Because understand that over time, it's true. But right now, no. I mean, right now, no. I mean, right now, in 50 billion years, I promise you, yeah. Because I have all these nice, beautiful videos going and people watch me over time, but I may be passed away. I understand that no matter what, I understand that in this lifetime, I never pass away. I never pass away in this lifetime because I'm always here with my knowledge. I'm always here developing myself and making sure I'm giving you all I can. I understand now, for example, because I have a nice, beautiful new track, in terms of my track and in terms of my beautiful freedom here, I understand no matter what, I understand I keep going with my nice, beautiful ideas. I give you those ideas in a different way. I understand when I give you a different way, I understand I make a way. I make a way for those or else I make a way for those who need it. Or else if you need a way, I'll give it to you. I'll give you every single way in the dictionary. Because otherwise, understand the only way is I. I understand that anything else is an idea that you must pick up on to understand your I. But understand that I is the only solution. I mean, the only aspect of a great attitude is I. And those who can say the I can also be God. I mean, it can be everything. So understand that no matter what, that when you're living life to the fullest, you're going to go and grab the spotlight and you're going to be doing the most you can every single day. You have to understand to learn to communicate daily and to communicate in front of the mirror with yourself all day long and to go and teach yourself everything about life. I mean, guess what? I realized that I have music producers in terms of friends, in terms of people who never come to see me, but I don't need them around me. I don't need them around me because they take away my time. So I stay away from them. And guess what? I love to hang around with you for eternity. I mean, either way, I promise you we're going to Jesus, so we can hang around and we're going to grow together either way. But this lifetime, I promise you in this world, I promise you now, this world, I promise you there is eternity here, but it's something that's, let's say, not where Jesus Christ is from. I mean, you understand? And there's something in terms of a world where Jesus Christ is, and that's where I'll hang around with you and play games all day long. I mean, you understand? I mean, here, I understand I have to get away from you, man. I have to get away from you, sister. I mean, do you understand? So either way, I understand that what's important, brothers and sisters, is understand that I have to get away from you so that I can go and create my legacy. I mean, you understand? And that's the only case. I have to get away from my son, I have to get away from my kids, I have to get away from my wife and daughter and husband and everything. I mean, you understand? I have to get away from them. Because when I get away from them, I understand that no matter what, I become myself. I don't need them. I don't need to be gay. I don't need to be straight. I don't need to be transsexual. I don't need to be all this in life. I just need to be I. I just need to be I. And that's it. I just need to go where I am. I want to be alone in life. I want to be alone because great thinkers think alone. I mean, great thinkers are alone. And anybody who's alone can be great. So I don't want you around me. I don't want your sister around me, please. I don't care how hot she is. I don't care how ugly she is. I mean, I don't care about your family because I care to give you content. I just don't want you around me. You understand? I want to go and make sure that I understand that no matter what, I stay away from everybody. I stay away from everybody because I understand what's important. I understand my career. I understand my attitude. I understand my game, which is making sure that you grow and making sure that everything grows. And I understand that every single day I do that. I do something to the best of my ability to go and create a nice beautiful video so that I can go give those ideas every single day and make an impact. I understand today I didn't even eat. I didn't eat today. I woke up at 10 a.m. and today is 6 p.m. I didn't eat today, but guess what? Alright, that's excellent. I'm driven. I do not feel much hungry. I mean, you understand? I didn't eat for 8 hours. I mean, guess what? Either way, I understand either way, I feel much more satisfied in terms of my eye. I feel much more satisfying because I'm here doing my work. I understand that food and drink just delays this. I realize if I have to go eat yogurt or something like that, I realize I'll never eat yogurt because I'm a vegan. I understand yogurt has cream and cream has milk and dairy products. So I understand it has cheese sometimes as well. I understand that no matter what, I realize that what's important is understand. I stay away from all that. I stay away from most of life because I love to be alone. I love to make sure that when I go and grow, I give all these ideas every single day as much as I can. So especially today, I have so many ideas to give you. I have so many ideas because I'm still functioning in a better way. Understand that no matter what, that what you have today is what you get. But you can have more if you give people more. You have to give people more of that knowledge every single day. You have to make yourself important. But do you see that? I mean, that's a promotional tag right there. I mean, that's my Instagram. I promise you now, you can see my Instagram on the floor. You can see that, you can see right here that I'm promoting my Instagram. You understand? So I'm not just sitting here, I'm promoting myself. And understand that in the past 2 months, I've been doing street performance and I went from 1,015 followers in 100, let's say, from 5 months. 5 months on the street in terms of 110 hours and more, and only 1,015 people are following me. 110,000 people in terms of, let's say, over 5 million people have seen me. And only 1,003 followers today I have on Instagram. I have 22 followers on subscription of YouTube. I understand either way that what's important is understand that over 5 months, I mean, that's how many people are following me. Although guess what, I realized that 600 of them, I gave plastic money to get those ideas in terms of those followers, and I gave actual plastic money to go and advertise myself on Instagram to try it out. And now I try it out, and then guess what, I realized somebody may follow me or something like that, and I was gaining 10 followers a day or something. And now those followers are never watching me on actual Instagram. I realize they're fake people. And now guess what, I realize they're not fake people, I realize it's real accounts. I realize it's real accounts, and they're actually posting in their stories and everything. But they're not coming to me because they're following 50,000 other people in terms of Indians and all that. I mean, in a sense, I realize they're Indian people and they're all these people. I mean, every single country in the world. I mean, either way, they're following somebody else and not me. So I realize they may follow me and they may see me one time, but guess what? I realize they're following 10,000 people. I mean, you don't follow 10,000 people, you follow just Jesus Christ. I mean, that's the best direction. I mean, understand, I don't follow many people. I just follow the ones who give me the ideas. And now, everybody gives me an idea. I promise you, everybody has an idea to give me. You have an idea to give me. I promise you, everybody can give me an idea. But who's successful more than those who are not? I mean, those who are more successful are giving more content. So I make sure I look at the individual who can level me. I mean, who can level me today? I understand when I realize when I see them, I still stay away from them. I still stay away from them, but I go to them because they are somebody worthy. I understand they are somebody who can actually grab my attention, and they are somebody who is very interesting. I mean, if you're exactly like me, and you have my habits and you have my success, I will come to you straight away because I will find you. I'll find you. Now, I'll make sure to be around you. I mean, one way or another, I have internet, I'll make sure to be around you. So either way, what is the difference in terms of that? I understand that means now, in terms of I understand I go and simplify everything. But what's important is understand that when I go and do 600 hours of videos, and I see families around who are 40 years of age or 50 years of age and have 2 kids, and they're walking around and they're fat, and one's eating chicken and one's eating McDonald's, and they're at the McDonald's and nightclubs. I understand that these people do not have 600 hours of video content on YouTube. I stay away from them. I stay away from anybody who has less videos on themselves than I do on YouTube. Otherwise, if I have 600 hours of videos on YouTube and you have 500, I'll stay away from you. I'll stay away from you. But guess what? I realize that I don't have to do that. I realize that now, because you have a YouTube account at least and you're creating 500 videos, because I remember how I was at 500 videos. I have 550 now. So if I see you have 550 videos on YouTube, I understand that you're a resource. You're somebody who's going to update me on daily life. You're somebody you're somebody who's going to talk about something, about what's going on, and you're going to put it in a video online, and I'll come and check you out. I mean, that's that. I mean, if you have no YouTube channel, I'll never come to you. Otherwise, now anybody from the past, in terms of who I grew up with, doesn't even have a YouTube channel. I promise you, none of them have a YouTube channel except one who's doing some shuffling. I mean, the guy's doing shuffling and dancing on YouTube. Otherwise, now I have nothing against that. Otherwise, it's nice to experience that. But what's even nicer is he doesn't really teach me anything about life and business. Otherwise, now he teaches me some stuff, but understand he's not like my mentors who have 600 hours of videos on YouTube. Otherwise, he has just dancing videos. I mean, less than, let's say, 20 minutes of content on YouTube. I mean, who's more successful? I mean, the individual has 600 hours or 20 minutes. I'd rather go to the 600 hours individual because those individuals actually teach me something about life. So when I go and really understand how to dwell in a better way, I go and find a way to speak up more. I find a way to go and give you those ideas because I understand now, for example, when I go online, I make amends with people, but guess what? I understand that what's important is understand that many people will go around life and will, let's say, block you, and they will delete you, and they will never talk to you again because you said something. Otherwise, now, if I say something and you block me for that, you then look stupid. Otherwise, when you look stupid, I never look stupid. I mean, I never look stupid because I'll never block you. I mean, if you call me an asshole, I'll say that's because your mum's one. I mean, and then if you block me because of that, otherwise now you're actually a stupid idiot. Because I'm just a smart ass back to you. Because understand, if you call me anything, I will counter it in a way to involve your mother or dad or sister or cousin or dog or whatever. I understand that no matter what, when I say anything in terms of life, I understand that if I ever fuck your dog, I I understand that I never do that. I never fucked a dog. I understand that. I understand that I'm not interested in fucking dogs. I understand that what's important. I understand that I just have to say that because it was in my brain. I don't know why, it just came out. I understand either way that what's important is understand that it's sometimes random. I understand random behavior like that is funny, or else it just doesn't make sense. So anything that doesn't make sense is this video. Or else this video doesn't even make sense, but guess what? I'm still talking, aren't I? I understand that now, it's funny. I understand it's funny because guess what? I realize Jesus Christ is funny. And now, understand Jesus Christ's story. I understand a man that will never hurt you gets killed for no reason. I mean, isn't that funny? I mean, that makes no reason. I mean, that makes no common sense. I mean, somebody who loves you so much to give you the Bible. And how about those Pharisees who killed him? I mean, guess what? I realized Jesus was at least doing some content back then in terms of YouTubing. I mean, now, Jesus is doing YouTubing back then in the Bible in terms of information. I mean, he's writing down all this information about the Bible and his story. And Jesus went here, and Jesus went here, and Jesus went here, and the 12 disciples, and all this. And that's the YouTube, and that's the internet back then. And that's the only education they ever had back then. Because those people have no education other than Jesus Christ. I mean, do you understand? I mean, they never read books. I mean, they don't even know what books are. I don't even know what a book is. But guess what? I understand that I know my eye. And now Jesus comes to those Pharisees and says, you must understand that the laws of God says this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And they say, who are you? And get out of my face. And I never want to see you back here. I mean, they say that to Jesus. And then Jesus rocks up in front of their face again and says, listen, you must understand that my beautiful Bible over here teaches you something. And then they say, I told you once. I don't want to tell you again. I mean, call the Prime Minister or something like that. And they call the police on Jesus. And they give him a warning again. And then Jesus says, no worries. Or else Jesus goes and returns again. And then Jesus says, I understand you said this, but guess what? I want to teach you something. Or else now, they call the police, and the police handcuff him this time, and they take him to prison. Because he shows his face. I realize because he shows his face. I mean, how does that make common sense? I mean, of course it doesn't make common sense. So it's funny, isn't it? I realize it's funny how Jesus gets killed on the cross for us because of I mean, Jesus has an incredible story. And it's an amazing story, but it's also a sad story. But it's like a negative story. I promise you it's a negative story too. I promise you now, Jesus' story is a negative story. I promise you it's positive and negative and evil. And it's also good. I promise you it's a fairy tale. I promise you now, is there a fairy tale? I promise you now, you can say so. I realize now, how is it a fairy tale? I realize it can be a fairy tale by, let's say, what? I mean, of course it's the truth. I realize now, fairy tales can happen, but in a different way. I mean, fairy tale is the truth. That the miracle of life is the miracle that a fairy tale like Jesus Christ exists. I mean, you understand? I mean, the Bible is a fairy tale, but understand it's also the miracle of truth. And now the truth is a fairy tale, but it's also the truth. Understand that either way, you must understand that what's amazing about Jesus Christ is understanding his story. And then when you understand his story, you become actually more like Jesus Christ like that. So either way, understand that those people who have to kill Jesus are the ones who have no I love you. I love you, I never have to kill you. I never have to kill you if I love you. I promise you now, either way, I love you, so why would I kill you? I realize now, if I don't love you, I realize then I really want to kill you. I realize now, I realize I never want to kill you because I love you. I have a choice all the time. And now those people who killed Jesus back then realize something now. I understand that they have no lives. And they have no I love you. I mean, none of them love each other either. But they just gang up on Jesus. And now Jesus is aware of this, of course. And Jesus says to his disciples, hey, I don't want you to come and save my life. Because I understand that you guys need to deserve your life and live your life. I mean, do you understand? So Jesus lives his life, you live your life. I mean, don't go saving Jesus because Jesus doesn't want you to. I mean, that's it. I promise you, if I don't want you to save my life, I don't want you to. I mean, why are you going against my will? I mean, don't go against my will. I mean, I said it. I don't want you here in Australia. I don't want you here in my Australia, for example, to see me. I mean, come to Australia, but don't see me. I mean, do you understand? In terms of don't be around me. I don't want you around me. I don't want you around me. I mean, why I mean, why do you want to come to me then? I don't want you around me. I mean, when I say that, I mean it. I mean it. Otherwise, now, if you're important, I'll find you. Otherwise, if you're important in my life, I'll find you. I'll find you. You will actually be above the crowd. And I'll find you. I'll say, this man over here, I can see him now. I realize that he's somebody who rose above the crowd. And how do you rise above the crowd? You go and create billions of hours on YouTube while they have nothing on YouTube. I mean, go and create billions of hours talking about something. And you'll increase your knowledge and skills and fame and everything and legacy, but they will never do that because they dislike you and everybody. But you love them to give them all this knowledge. And that's what Jesus is. Jesus loves you so much that he will give you the Bible. And the Bible is everything because that's Jesus' story. And that story helps you in every aspect of life. I mean, you understand? So that's how it saves your life. I mean, that's how Jesus saves you on the cross while he dies for you to make that Bible. Because God sent his only son. And now when you look at the Bible, you understand Jesus Christ is God. You understand that it's true. You understand that information is true. And what I speak here is true. Otherwise, I'm not lying. I'm not lying about one word I say. But if you go and speak up more and you speak up the information more, you'll never lie a word in life. But if you just stop here, you became a liar. I mean, you understand? I mean, if you don't speak up more, you then are a liar. I mean, you understand? I mean, anybody who doesn't speak up more and more and more is a cheat and a stealer and a thief and people who don't believe in God. I promise you now, Jesus Christ speaks up. Jesus Christ has, let's say, one option, and it's just speak up, and that's it. I promise you, if you have the option to go and speak up or not speak up, you speak up. And that's what Jesus does, and that's what I do. Because anybody who speaks up is in the truth of life, and those who are not speaking up today are the ones who are lying to themselves and are hypocrites and cheats and people who kills Jesus. I promise you, anybody who's not speaking up today is killing Jesus. You understand? I'm speaking up. I'll speak up more for Jesus. I mean, those people who don't even speak up for Jesus, I mean, they'll kill you. You understand? I speak up for Jesus. I mention Jesus in this camera. I keep talking about Jesus all day long because I love to speak up more. I keep going on YouTube and posting all these nice, beautiful content every single day because I love to speak up. And when I speak up and you see me doing it, you understand I'm living in my truth. I'm living in my purpose. I'm living in growth. I'm living in a better way than most of the world. And now I understand that I am everything. I'm living better than the world itself. I mean, you understand? I'm living better than those people who don't speak up. I understand the Aboriginal woman who's, let's say, whatever age, and she has 5 kids and she's fat and she has no YouTube channel. She's much more of a stealer and a thief, and she'll steal your phone. I mean, she'll steal your house. I mean, she'll steal your money. I mean, she'll steal everything from you. I mean, she'll kill you too. I mean, she'll kill you because she doesn't talk much. I mean, she's a serial killer. I mean, anybody who's a antisocial type of guru is really, let's say, an individual who doesn't want to teach you much about life and they want to stab you rather than teach you. I promise you now, I'd rather teach you than stab you. So that's why I get up on YouTube and talk all day long, because I believe in a better world, and to believe in a better world is to speak up more. So when you have faith more, you understand why Jesus Christ speaks up and teaches, and then you go and speak up and teach, and you understand why Jesus Christ does it. I promise you now, when I go and speak up more and more in front of a camera, I'll go and do much more than I can. I'll go and really dwell my energy into what I do, and I make sure that I speak up all these. I make sure that I go speak up all these different ideas every single day, so that I can go live my life for free. I understand that either way, that the more I speak up, I'm building bricks upon bricks and upon bricks and upon bricks and upon bricks of wisdom. I realize when I drop 1 billion hours on YouTube of wisdom, I promise you that's my house. That's how rich I am. That's all the money in the world. I'll give you 1 billion hours of ideas. I mean, that's all bricks. I mean, that's one giant house. And that's where I live, in those nice, beautiful wisdom that I give you. I spin wisdom webs. I'm a Spider-Man. I'm a Spider-Man. I'm an actual Spider-Man. I mean, I'm Superman, because I'm Superman who gives you the knowledge to do so. I'm Batman in my knowledge. I hope to save your life in my knowledge. I'll give you that knowledge to save your life. Otherwise, when I say, hey, listen, otherwise if you're a drug addict, I mean, stay away from it, because I was a drug addict. And this is what happened. I understand I smoked weed for 3 years. I smoked cigarettes for 7 years. I drank alcohol in my teenage years. I don't do it anymore. I stick to it. And understand that in 10 years from now, I'll still say the same thing. I mean, do you understand? I mean, either way, understand that's my integrity and that's my truth, and I don't lie there. So either way, if you see me in 10 years' time saying the exact same thing, I mean, understand that's why I'm much more successful. Because I'm still that. So I never go back on that. I don't say that I lied or something like that. Because I never lie. I mean, how can I lie when I speak up more? I mean, how can I lie when I give you more information? I give you more information because I help your life. I help your life to succeed just like Jesus Christ. So when you go to Jesus Christ to read the Bible, and I understand that it's the Bible today, I understand that it's a book version, I understand it's not a video, I understand, but guess what? You still have to dwell on it, you still have to go and read it, you still have to find out about it, and go and watch video products of somebody else teaching Jesus' work. I mean, why do you have to exactly go to Jesus' Bible? I mean, go and study, for example, John C. Maxwell, who talks about Jesus, and he will update you about Jesus. I mean, you don't have to go directly to the Bible, you just go to the Bible through somebody else who's teaching the Bible, and that's it. I mean, understand? I mean, that's why people go to church, because they want to learn about God. And then somebody is there summoning Jesus Christ and also the Holy Spirit and all that, because of the knowledge about the Bible, and that's why people go sit in the church to read the Bible. Because if they go sit alone to do it, otherwise they're not confident in reading themselves. So they get somebody else to do it, because that individual who is confident about the Bible is teaching and preaching the Bible. And what am I doing here? I'm teaching the Bible. I'm teaching the Bible now. I'm preaching the Bible too. I mean, either way, understand that you don't have to be a pastor. You can be a life coach preaching the Bible. You can be a psychologist preaching the Bible. You can be anything in the world. You don't have to be a pastor. So understand that either way, a pastor is somebody who's just a young man or a young woman. I mean, either way, I mean, pastor is a word, and it's just as good as any other word. But understand that I is something much more important than all the words. I am much more than any word that you may call me, because I understand I is who I am. I just know my I. I understand when I love you, I understand I start I first. I understand when I go and give an idea, I go give you the best ideas in the planet that I can, but I build those I build the bricks of courage every single day. I understand that when I do that daily, I make sure I never waste time around people, but I understand that what's important today is I go on, let's say, my nice beautiful Instagram or YouTube or whatever, I upload my content, and then I may message somebody. I mean, why do I message them in the first place? I just message them to just see how they are. I see how they are, and I just message them to just have some fun in the process of growth, because I feel like connecting with somebody, and when I connect with them, I learn something from them. So either way, I just said earlier that recently I learned from my nice beautiful friend Pedro Milovanovic, for example. I understand this man, I realize he's playing my music in his video, and I realize he's got the coronavirus pandemic kind of sick mask going on, and he looks like one of those Mortal Kombat guys. I mean, do you understand? I mean, either way, and he's like, I mean, either way, I mean, what's important is understand that I pick up inspiration from that, and I say, hey, or else if you send me a music track, I'll put your music track on, and then I'll make a video, and I'll put my face on the video, and I'll listen to your music in the background, and I'll say, I mean, I'm listening to your music, bro. I love your music, sister. I mean, do you hear it? I mean, that's inspirational, isn't it? So either way, understand I pick up that nice, beautiful skill, because I pick up those skills really quickly. So when you go and engage with people online, understand that's just one skill, or else that's just one way to live life. I mean, there's billions of ways and ideas like that, and more. I mean, there's infinite of those ideas. So realize that here's just one idea that he gave me. I realized he gave me one idea, but I picked up on it. I taught the idea, and that's why I'm teaching it. So I taught you idea. I taught you the idea. Or else when I taught you the idea, I'm just doing it now. Or else I'm aware of the idea now. I understand that if you send me a video, I can go and put the music of your video in terms of your content, and I'll make a video while I'm listening to your music. I can do that because I teach you that. You understand? But if you don't teach it, you never do it. Or else now you are what you teach. I understand that when you go build these nice, beautiful houses of your bricks in your life, in terms of wisdom, you understand that every single day you go and make sure that you're much more than yesterday. You'll make sure every single day you're going to go and do as much as you can. You're just going to make sure that you're going to live your life. I understand that time is now all the time. I understand that no matter what, I realize 90 minutes to go until the sun set in terms of life. I Understand either way, understand that what's important is live your life to the fullest. I mean, make sure that every single day you have the best time. I mean, when you have the best time, I mean, go make music. I mean, go and be a life coach. I mean, go and sing as well. I'm a singer, I'm an actor, I'm a comedian, I'm a life coach, I'm a music producer, I'm a beatboxer. I'm also, I can do one of those car sounds. I'll say, I mean, I just go and make those nice, beautiful sounds. Or else, I mean, that sounds amazing because it sounds like a car. I can do another one, but understand that either way, that what's important is teach people. I mean, teach people something about your life every single day. And that way you'll be free. You'll be free to go and live life. You go and be spontaneous. I've never done a rap song in my life. I mean, now I get a chance to do so. I get to go back into my accommodation and I get to start my rap song and I get to look at my lyrics now. And what I do with my lyrics is I read it again in silence because I have to read and I have to remember it. And then I go into a public crowd and I sing it live. And I free fall. And now when you free fall in music, you remember the whole lyrics of your song. And you don't need the actual words to be with you. And then what you do is you're just singing, but you're watching the crowd only. And that's a free falling. And it feels amazing. It feels abundant and you feel like a star. Because when you're singing it, you feel so confident. Because you already see the words, you already understand the words and you can say them. And you remember them. You don't know the words, you just know your I. I mean, just know your I. I mean, either way, understand that what's important is living life to the fullest, so understanding that no matter what, I mean, go try out singing. I mean, go sing some rap music. I mean, sing some comedy music. I mean, go and sing a blues jazz music. I mean, sing all the music in the world that you can and try different aspects and go and just experiment. I mean, go and play around with it. Or else now, either way, I understand that when I go and really do something every single day to go and live my life to the fullest, I make sure I give those ideas, I make sure everybody is accounted for in terms of life where you have an idea from me so I can give you, because I understand my I know my I every single day, so I make sure I'm always delivering that nice, beautiful quality every single day, but I never give up in my videos. I never give up to give you no ideas. I make sure I go and find them, I dig, I stretch for those videos and ideas and what I have in terms of my life and my heart, in terms of, and in my heart in terms of my emotional intelligence and my leadership, and I go and really dwell in chucking out all these words at you because some idea is going to come and I'll be able to apply it and give it to you. So when you get married, you understand you marry yourself only and you understand you never have to chase other people. So understand no matter what, or as I go and really boost your confidence in those nice, beautiful ways of, let's say, there are strategies in which are thought forms that I'll go and put into a nice, beautiful video so that I don't have to keep it for myself. I mean, that's a beautiful idea. So I understand that what I do is I capture those nice, beautiful thoughts or ideas and I put them into video. And that's how you apply information. And now when you apply information, you are teaching the information. I'm teaching you. So everything I taught you in this video, I'm doing it. Because I've taught it. I taught it. So I am what I teach. Or else now, if you're not teaching nothing, you're not as good as I. Or else if I teach 600 hours more than you, I apply 600 hours more information than you. And it means I'm smarter than you. I mean, no matter how much you're trying to be smarter than me, you can never outdo me because I have more content I give than you. I'm smarter than you. So understand that anybody who wants to apply information today has to teach it. I'm teaching you. I mean, this is an example of a teaching of my information. I understand it's calibrated and it's really inside this video for life. I mean, it's here forever, so I never have to go back on that information because I've given it. I've given it in a different manner. And I understand that I made over 550 videos. I realize that every video that I make is different. In information, I realize everything's different. And that's how you really grow. You grow from different information and not from the same information. I realize now, through different information, you have to understand to learn everything. But understand that I, you, plural, is something the same. I realize now, it always is the same principle I use. I use the same principle of life, which is my I is first. And then you is also understanding that you are I. And my question, I always do that. Because that's how I speak. I speak through my I intentionality and my you factor and also my question. I understand that I can start the sentence with either one of those. I can start with I and you and question. I understand you get it. I mean, you have to get it. But I understand I say yes. I mean, don't just say yes. I mean, you say I say yes. I mean, that's how I start my life. I say I first. I am always so conscious about that I. I understand that when I go and live my life to the fullest now, I go and really understand that I really have to go and dwell in myself in terms of my I, to understand that now what is important is I over them. I am much more than them, but I understand that no matter what, just recently I was making a track and I understand I made the instrumental already, but I had so much fun. And what's so different about this track than other tracks is my journaling. I realize now I pick up my journal quickly, I write it down, and I'm having fun. I understand most of the software, and either way, no. I understand that what's important is I understand most of the software. I don't know the software though. I don't know it completely. So I leave room for improvement, but I understand that what's important is understand that I don't lie either. I don't lie about what I'm doing, but I understand that when I go into my nice beautiful music program now, I can make the best music and it sounds good. That feels great. When your music sounds good, let's look at the music that you listen to. It sounds like that. It sounds really good. You understand? It sounds excellent. So that's the kind of sound I go for. But when I can produce it, I can produce my own music. I don't have to listen to other people's music. You may be somebody who loves somebody's music and it sounds really good because of that music. I can produce that music, but my own track. That kind of sound. So either way, I go and create something different. I'm always different, but I understand that when I involve myself every single day, I go do something that other people are not doing. And I go on your Instagram, for example. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're not famous or not. I may message you, for example. I may message you because I'll go and message anybody now. And I'll be a smartass because I'll be a smartass in a way because I understand that I'll never see you. I message people so much online and I message the crowd behind me in terms of those people who are trying to catch up in terms of my content and they're trying to catch up with what I'm doing. I realize now I go to them and I message them, but I never want to see them in terms of be with them. I realize now they may say, come to a nightclub or come with me or come over or come and drive me over here or whatever. I don't want to go with them. I'll never be with them, but I'll talk to them online. Do you understand? And why is that? Because I love my time freedom. I love to be with myself more than them. So am I a true friend? I promise you I'm a true friend. I'm a true friend to stay away from you. I'm a true friend. But to be with you, what will I do with you, really? What will I do with you, man? Do you want to eat dinner with me? Do you want to eat dinner with me or do you want to go fishing with me? I don't even go fishing. I don't even eat restaurants. I don't even go to restaurants. If you ask me to go to restaurants, it has to be something that you feel that is necessary for business, but I have to understand that if it's not valuable for me to go, I'll never come with you. Whereas now, if you're somebody, let's say famous, and you have no value for me, otherwise I'll never go with you. Whereas now, anybody who's famous has value. Otherwise they got some value. I realize now, if let's say somebody asked me to go with them for something, let's say that's famous but doesn't make common sense, I will never go with you, even if you're famous. Do you understand? Or just because you're famous, just realize this, that everybody is just original. But understand that everybody's original to a certain extent, but most people are fake. Whereas most people are more fake than original. And now, what sets apart originality from fakeness? I understand that when I go and create something that's original, I never copy other people. I go and create my own content and I go and dwell on my own skills and talents and I go and bring that into the world. I don't go singing Whitney Houston's lyrics. I go singing my own. I go create my own. I create more and more. I give more in knowledge. I love Whitney Houston. I understand although that her lyrics is hers and for me to sing hers is fake for me. Alright, that's fake for me. Alright, for me to love anything other than I today is fake. I have to love myself, I have to love I. But understand that if anybody loves your I, you then understand that no matter what, that they love your music and they love what you're doing. And that's it. Whereas people love your music and what you're doing as long as they love themselves. But if they hate themselves, you have to stay away from them. You have to stay away from those people who hate themselves. I never go around people who don't love themselves. I make sure I go around people who are self-loving and who have a YouTube account and have an Instagram that's public and have some photos or have something going that's really business, because I understand today is just one day. I understand it's just 24 hours. But guess what? I understand it's all the time in the world to grow. It's 24 hours, but guess what? I'm growing. I'm growing. I'm better than yesterday. I'm better than 1 year ago. I'm better than 5 years ago. I'm better than 10 years ago. I'm better than 50 years ago. How long have I lived? Either way, understand, I've been here for 28 years. I'm better than 28 years ago. Do you understand? And now what function, how do I really know that? I only know I understand that 28 years is just one moment. I've just been here for a moment. I mean, I've just been here for however long. I don't know the number. I mean, 2020 in terms of year, I mean, that's made up. I mean, when did Jesus die? I mean, Jesus died. I mean, Jesus didn't die, but guess what? I realized Jesus didn't die back then. I realized there's no back then. I realized Jesus died today. I realized Jesus dies in this moment, and that's it. I realized there's no proof that this is year 2020 or 10,000 BC or something like that. I mean, there's no chance that they can even guess that. I mean, there's no chance that they can say in 50 billion years' time that a asteroid, or in terms of this massive rock in the galaxy, is going to hit the Earth. I mean, there's no chance that you can predict that. I mean, how can you predict that? I mean, there's no chance that you can predict what this is other than I. I is everything. I is everything. So understand, if something takes away your life, you will be granted another life for you. You understand? So understand there's always a way to really live life, but it's through you. You're the direction. I'm the direction. I'm making sure every single day I have those ideas to give you. I understand when I give you the ideas, I go and find more ideas. I go find a way to really live my life. I understand my nice beautiful Apple Watch is always buzzing around, but I understand it's 7 p.m. now. I'm always making sure I'm on top of my content. So when I'm on top of my content, I give you the best information as quickly as possible. I understand it's very important that I go and really throw out all these words and really do the best I can in terms of my criteria, in terms of my credentials, and what I do every single day in terms of my intellect, or in terms of my intellectual, or in terms of my intellectuality, or intellectuality. I understand no matter what. I understand either way, intellectuality. I understand no matter what. Wait, how do you say it? I mean, intellectual. I mean, intellectual. Or else intellect. Or else intellectuality. I have to say these words, but guess what? I understand they're long words, huh? I understand either way, you have to speak long term. You have to speak long term. You have to speak long words. You have to speak everything that's long. You have to have a high vocabulary to actually be a public speaker. You have to understand that anything that's English today is much more than anything else. I mean, be honest with yourself. I mean, most of the countries in the world learn English today. I mean, English is the number one. And understand to learn it, and or else that's your best chance. I understand everything else is understand that there's always something more to say. I understand when you're trying to really develop yourself, I mean, there's always a way for you to go and develop yourself. Or else there's always a nice beautiful dictionary that you've given, and go and give that knowledge every single day, and make sure that you understand that you go and summarize your whole day. I mean, 24 hours, I mean, so much happen in terms of, so much can happen in 24 hours. So realize every single day you go and discipline yourself. I'm always writing in my journal. Some thought forms. I mean, I write an idea here and an idea here, and I realize that soon it becomes 50,000 words and more. I mean, a day. And either way, I just go, and after this video, I go into my nice little accommodation, which is my eye Ukuro. I live in my eye. I realize that little eye, in terms of insect, in terms of idea, is where I live. I live in my eye, but I go to the Q Space Hotel, and that's what it's labeled in terms of eye. I understand that's what they label it. I said I go there, and I stay there for the whole night, and I change my bed sheets. I make sure I understand that no matter what, that you can go and change your bed sheets, for example, at your accommodation. So do so every week or something like that, so you don't have to sleep in the same old rags. So realize, understand, or else you must understand and realize that no matter what, that you always go and do something that's much more interesting for yourself. So when you take yourself out, you only ever take yourself out to grow. You don't take yourself out with other people. You don't go with other people. You stay with yourself, because understand that anything that's really alone today is going to make it better. You must understand that I have so much more time being alone with, or else I have so much more time being alone than with you. In terms of now, without you, I don't want to be without you completely. I understand that now. I understand everything that's with you. I understand that's even better than without you. I'd rather you be in this world. I'd rather you be in this world. I'd rather that you live life, because I don't want to be without you in this lifetime. But I don't want to be with you right now. I don't want to be where you are. I don't want to be in your position. I want to be in Jesus Christ's position. I mean, you understand? I don't want to go and say, I don't want to go and do what you do. I want to go do what Jesus Christ does. I don't care how good you are. I understand Jesus Christ does. I mean, that's how powerful Jesus Christ is. So understand that no matter what, that when you're living life, you're going to find a new way, you're going to find abundance, you're going to find a resource, you're going to find somebody else that you want to be, and you go and emulate them. Because I want to be Jesus Christ. I I want to be just Jesus Christ. I want to be just as good as Jesus Christ. So no matter what, I want to be better than Jesus Christ. I want to go do more. I want to go and do and have more privileges. I want to go and be something much more. But I don't want to be blasphemy. I don't want to do anything that's no good. I want to make sure I stay away from what's not good. I go every single day and I find these ideas every single day in my journal. I write about my life. So after this video, I'll go into my nice, beautiful Q-Space hotel and I stand there because I sit there and I sleep, and I also write in my journal and I say, how did my day go every single day? I understand when you say, for example, somebody in life to look at the ass or something like that, you have to understand it's ego. For anything that says look at the ass without saying, I see that you're saying look at that ass. I see. It's very important, but understand this. I have the ego saying look at the ass. I mean, now how do I understand it's an ego? I understand it's an ego because it's some thoughts that came over the top of my thoughts. And I have to process that. I have to say it on camera about look at that ass. I understand though that otherwise that goes in the mainstream and it starts to wreck on me. Because look at that ass is the sentence that comes in there, but where's the I there? Otherwise there's no I. So what do I do? I have to repeat it again. I have to say, I see and I realize to look at that ass. I have the I now and I put the sentence in the I, and now what comes after the I is conformed into a better way in terms of I. I then make sure either way that anything that has an ED in terms of conformed or ruptured or envied has an I also. I understand that when you understand that anything that has a past tense version, I put the I there. Or else now, for example, let's say a nice beautiful scenario here is I love I. I love I is a better statement than just love. I mean, what's a better statement for you? You must say I first. I first. I mean, you understand? I love I is a better sentence because I starts first and not love. I is better than love. I mean, you understand? I mean, either way, when you put brackets and you say I, no, I, but then you see the word no. I mean, don't trust the word no. I mean, trust I. I mean, trust the word I. I know I. I mean, now, when somebody says no, I mean, stay away from that. Because there's no I there. So when you have no I in your life, you die. And you become the no. I mean, now, if you have a nice, beautiful I in your life, you say, I know I. I mean, do you understand? So that's a nice, beautiful way for me to teach you to know yourself. I understand because there's a nice, beautiful teaching there to understand that the goalpost of life is I. And now, understand that there's a nice, beautiful teaching here again. That when you go I, no I. I mean, that's how I really communicate. I don't communicate with the other word, which is no, without I. Whereas now you have two sentences here. I realize you have two parables and you have two words. And now, are they words of God? Or else the only word of God is I. I understand though that the first sentence is I know I. Or else now, I know I is covered by goalposts, which is I and I. But in the middle is no. Or else that's the best way to communicate. I, no I. I mean, straight away go back to the I. I mean, guess what? Then you go I, no, I, no, I, no, I. Whereas now, you can communicate that way. Because that's how you communicate. And that's how I actually communicate, but I put more words in between the I's. So I know I today, I. I mean, you understand? I mean, now, you can understand what I just said. I said, I know I today because I. Or else that's how I communicate. But guess what? Or else no will have no I first, and no, in terms of those people who have no I first are the ones who kill you. And they're the ones who go and kill Jesus too. You understand? So what you do here is you put I know I before you say no. I never know. I know I only. I never know. I know I only. And there's a big difference. You have to know I. You don't just know. You just know I. You understand? So realize either way that when I go and do something, you have to understand that anybody who has a no here is anybody who is egotistical. So stay away from them. And then people will go, no, cat, dog, love. I mean, they're really, they are cavemen and cavewomen. And they kill you right away. Or as they talk like this, no cat man be love, inside, killer. I mean, that's how it goes. I mean, where's the I there? I mean, they have no I there because they're breaking apart totally. I mean, where's the I? I mean, if you say, I know a cat who is I, because I understand when I see a dog, I know I. I mean, isn't that nice? I know you because I know I. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's nice, but a serial killer will say, no, come and love, psychopath, fuck. Otherwise, that's what they say. Otherwise, now, either way, I know I only. I mean, you understand? I mean, either way, they talk in a way that there's no I in their communication. I mean, do you understand? So when I say the next 10 words or something like that, I will not say the I there. But guess what? I'm teaching you something. So guess what? I understand that I put the I before I say it. I now say, fuck, God, loser, psychopath, killer, fucking asshole, bitch. I mean, do you trust that? Alright, now, if I go and really speak the same words, I am a bitch in terms of my fucking God who fucking loves me in terms of my I, because I fucking care about you in terms of my I, because I fucking never die, because I fucking kill a psychopath I. I fucking kill the motherfucker in my eye. I fucking talk in any fucking term in terms of my eye. I mean, you get it? I mean, that's a much better sentence than the other guy. Because why? Because I'm speaking the I there at least. And that's what Jesus says to do. You must speak the I. But the other man who doesn't speak the I, or the other woman who doesn't speak the I there, otherwise now they look psychopath. Otherwise stay away from them really quickly because they will kill you. I will never kill you because no matter what I say with my I, otherwise I just go back to the I again. I can say whatever I want, but I go and make better words than that. I speak better words than that. Otherwise now, if I have no I in this nice beautiful communication, otherwise it's totally egotistical. You understand? I is something that you need. So use it in your sentence. So be the individual who says, I know I, rather than just know. I mean, you understand? I mean, be the individual who says, I love I, then the word love. I mean, you understand? I mean, be the individual who says, I see I, rather than the word see. I mean, be the individual who says, or wants to be, I can see I over see. I mean, can see. I mean, that's bullshit. I mean, don't just say can see, you say I can see. I mean, just add the I again. I mean, just go and make sure every single day you go and really make yourself more beautiful, because understand that what's important today is understand that no matter what, just live your life. I mean, live your life and be free and make sure that you're abundant and successful every single day so that you can go and have all the life that you ever want, because understand everybody deserves a greater life, but you only ever deserve a greater life when you do more than I.